Best Ball Mania 6 draft secrets for 2025. Today, we're going to break down a couple of best ball drafts. We are going to kick things off with a Best Ball Mania 6. There is, Spicy, if you want to show the tournament section of the underdog lobby, there is a ton of stuff going on. You got the Schnauzer 2, $3 entry, very good for beginners. Greyhound, single entry, very good, kind of plus EV type of contest. Keep going. There's tons. You got the Marathon, the Sprint, the Eliminator, all differing formats, but definitely fun. Poodle, Corgi, single entry, $5 contest. We're going to draft that one second. And then the Pitbull, if we can get it filled, a $20 10 entry max, also one of those like plus EV type of contests. Still got the super flex drafts going strong. And then obviously the big dog for the big money people here. And yeah, we're going to do a Best Ball Mania 6 first, but then the Corgi, I'm really excited about that $5 single entry. I think is going to be a lot of fun for those of you guys trying to get into these drafts. Yes, we are going to do a BBM 22nd. If you guys want to join it, Spicy countdown from 10 and then hit confirm. And you guys will get into the draft with us here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. This is all we got, fellas. This is all we got right now. There's no basketball, no football, no hockey, unless you're a baseball fan or a WNBA fan.
All Duty.
Or you like whatever that is. You're probably feeling like you need to touch some grass this time of year, but we don't touch grass around here. We just draft best ball teams during this time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have the NBA draft tonight.
Well, that's okay.
NHL draft, I believe, is on Friday, I think, as well.
Yeah. A lot of rumors for both. Obviously, there's a couple trades that just transpired in the NBA. Obviously, Kristaps Porzingis being traded from the Celtics to the Hawks, as well as Drew Holiday being traded to the Trailblazers in that deal with Anthony Simons. And I believe there's the stat that the Celtics cleared $260 million from their payroll. So. Yeah,
Damn,
they're cleaning house.
Money that they cleared, and then there's reports that they might move Jaylen Brown too, right?
Yeah, like they are cleaning out their cap, and I think the reason why is they're like, okay, Tatum torn Achilles, probably not going to return in 2026. You know what we're going to do is we're going to completely shed all of our cap right now, completely fix the team, so that by 2026, when he's healthy, we can kind of retool it by then. Because I mean, like it makes sense. Like a lot of their assets are kind of like high ticket items right now, kind of at their asset ceiling outside of Porzingis, because Porzingis obviously, I mean, there was like rumors he was dealing with a big time sickness. If you guys know what I'm referring to, then yeah.
I don't actually know what you're referring to.
Well, so he was sick all year, and like the rumor, obviously it's just NBA Twitter, probably just like fucking
some sensible shit.
Oh, they're saying like, does he have AIDS?
Oh, okay, that seems weird. That's a rumor that's going around. But anyways. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on. I saw Vander Kane got traded today as well in the NHL.
Also, how did the fucking Oilers get a pick for the Canucks to take on his contract?
I don't know.
It's making $5 million plus per year, and he's always hurt.
Yeah, that's a weird contract. But yeah, we are waiting for 4 people here. For those of you guys that want to join the draft, again, go to Best Ball Mania 6 in the main lobby. Hit the confirm button and you will be drafting with us. And if you are new to Underdog, you guys know the drill. Promo code FSC will get you up to $1,000 in bonus funds on your first deposit. And this Best Ball Mania 6 contest that we're drafting, it's $25 entry, $2 million to first, $1 million to second, $100K to the regular season winner. Lots of best ball contests like we made reference to. You can see some of them there. And then a lot of limited time contests. And new customers also get a gimme pick that they can use, presumably on baseball, I would imagine right now, or maybe WNBA. But you could always save that gimme pick for the NFL season when both of us will be ripping pick'ems left, right, and center for Thursday night games.
It'd be into 30 or 20.
It's a 20, right, Spicy?
20 or 30, Spicy. Check the eye. It should tell you.
Yeah, it's a 20. It's a 20-second draft. Okay. It should be at least.
We're in the 20. Also, I saw Dylan. I mean, it's going to be really tough for Derek White to be on the Warriors when he's traded to the Lakers.
Like, oh God, get out of here.
That's it. No GM. Let's go, Bindles. Are you drafting the Pitbull? Yeah, we're planning to draft the Pitbull right after this.
Yeah, if we can fill a Pitbull, we'll draft one. It's a $20 entry, so it's a good plus EV type of contest as well. Yeah, 103 going to be a nice pick for us here.
Yes, sir.
And no, Danny, we're not going to draft CeeDee Lamb.
Why not?
Because I want to get my Justin Jefferson exposure.
Oh, if Jefferson's on the board, I'm cool capitulating because I have 2.9% on my personal.
Yeah, I actually on my personal account, I only have 6.4% Bijan, which I would like to be like damn near 15-20% of. So I'd be okay with either Bijan or Jefferson here, whichever direction you want to go.
Yeah, shout out Jeremy. He said he got pick 1. So you are the icon. Big
Shout out.
Learn CeeDee Lamb, bucko. Yeah, I mean, if it goes wide receiver, I mean, we've talked about this, but kind of if you don't take a receiver in this top 3, it gets really ugly.
Yeah, I'm okay taking Jefferson and then double eight. Like I don't hate double tapping running back at the 2-3 turn either, because I feel like you can get some good Jacobs Chase or whatever like options there.
I didn't, Dylan, but yeah, let me know if there's anything there. Yeah, realistically in the top 3 on underdog specifically, like I think it has to be the receivers.
Ooh,
and, like,
do you want to take Barkley here at 3?
I want Jefferson.
Okay, we can take Jefferson if you want.
Yeah, and the reason why, again, I actually do have Jefferson straight up over Barkley in my rankings. B, I am 2.9%. I mean, we're 2.9% between us. Like, so what is that? An average of 1.45% average between us on our own accounts.
Between Jefferson?
Yeah, because you have 0 and I have 2.9%.
Yeah, I think you put Jefferson over Saquon's a mistake, man. I in half PPR, I think that's hard to get me there.
That's fair. I in these rooms specifically, structurally, like it's very tough for me to pull the trigger on either of those running backs over the receiver, specifically because I think like the Gibbs team, the Barkley team, the Bijan team, like I still think you're getting a big time advantage with like the McCaffrey team, the Genty team, etc. Except you're getting access to those elite receivers. So to me, it's like Lamb, Jefferson, and Chase have kind of separated from the pack more for me at receiver than those running backs have from the other running backs, relative, especially from an underdog perspective. Because when you go back to that 2-3 turn, it's like, if we're drafting a running back there, you best learn Rashee Rice at the end of the second round, which I'm sure you don't want to do.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be learning Rashee Rice there. Also, Dylan saying Mason made a video basically going through the RotoViz advancer tool to rank draft strategies. Hayden also does a really good job writing up articles on like what's optimal, how many wide receivers through this many rounds, how many quarterbacks, how many tight ends, all that kind of stuff. That stuff I find very, very valuable, because we now like we're getting there in terms of a sample size of what's working in best ball, because like this is like 6th best ball mania. So we have, it's not just going to get skewed by one good 0 RB year anymore. It's going to get a couple different years of data in there. And, you know, was late round quarterback good that year? Was tight end? I think it's important to identify what will work in any given season, but it also is important to understand what worked in the past couple of best ball manias. And yeah, Barkley at 5 is a gift for that dude. Yeah.
I mean, I have him ranked at 6, but in terms of this big field contest, getting anybody that has an ADP of 2 at 5 is, I mean, amazing.
Yeah, his ADP I think is 3 even, is it not? Saquon's?
It's number 2, I thought.
I think it's 3.0 is what it said. Does Bijan have a higher ADP than him?
We'll take a look. So click on it.
Yeah, 3.0. What is Bijan's ADP?
Is Bijan 2 now?
3.7, and then Jefferson's was what?
Probably
3.1. So I guess technically Barkley is still the 102.
And what's Lamb's like 5.6?
Yeah, I mean, we all know it's 4. Too low, Danny. Let's be honest.
Too low. We're talking a pick difference.
Yeah, we are 2 picks away. I mean, a Bauer share would be nice here because I don't take a lot of Bowers, but
dude, that would also be just such a nice little unique combo. How many times does Jefferson fall to?
I'm cool with either of these 2 guys that are on the board. Bowers goes, which kind of sucks, but I'm cool going Buck if you want to go Buck. Because I don't get a whole lot of Bucky on here just because I have Jacobs ranked straight up over him.
Well, that's another thing too. Look at, if we didn't take Jefferson at the 3 spot, would you want to go with a turn of like T. Higgins, Marv, Rashee, or not? Rashee's not even available. T. Higgins, Marv, Garrett Wilson, Tyreek, like 2 of those guys? Or would you rather be able to take one of these running backs?
Yeah, I think I'd rather take one of the running backs. And I honestly am not opposed to double tapping RB here if Jacobs falls, or even Chase Brown as well. I'm cool with going with either of those guys, but ideally I would want Jacobs to fall here.
Yeah. I like Adams too, but I'm cool. Like if Jacobs falls, let's
rip Jacobs here. Let's go with the double RB.
And Tyreek would also be in that combo, but we have so much Tyreek.
It's pretty insane to get over 33% of a 3rd round player, but I have 33% Tyreek. So
you want to know what's more insane?
I maybe should chill a little bit too, because I think part of the Tyreek thesis for me is closing line value as well, because I do think once the casuals start drafting, he might skyrocket up to the 2-3 turn, maybe even into the 2nd round if he's healthy.
Hey, Bush, you want to know what's more insane than 33% of an early 3rd?
What?
27% of a top 5 pick.
I have 25% Puka Nacua, who's a top 8 pick.
Fair.
It's simply only because I keep getting pick 107, 108, and 109, though. It has nothing to do with, I like Puka this year, and he is ranked as my 107, but I keep getting 107, 108, 109, and 110 in my best ball slows. And in the drafts that I was picking 110, Puka would fall to me. In the drafts that I was picking 107, I picked him 7 because he was my 7th ranked player.
Also, hear me out. Obviously, we'll see what ends up falling. But there is a scenario. If Amar and Hampton were to fall, would we want to try a hero wide receiver on underdog and just draft wide receivers from rounds 5 to 8 in that regard?
I mean, we could try it and maybe do the whole robust RBs kind of
like hyper fragile,
where we only take 4 in the whole draft. I don't envision a scenario in which Amari and Hampton will be the highest ranked player for me.
Really?
Because I like quite a few of the guys that go with that 4 or 5 turn, but we'll see what happens in terms of what falls to us.
I'm just saying because we have so much Hunter on this account.
We do have, we also, hear me out, could just take a different receiver.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, Sleeper ADP, Rice is, I believe, the 37th player. So yeah, he's the 401 on Sleeper. I still think in sharper leagues, like my home league, I would consider it to be like people know what they're doing. We've all been playing fantasy for long enough. I don't think Rice will fall that far in my home league. No. I think he'll probably go somewhere in the mid-3rd round.
Yeah, same with mine. Like realistically, like people... the other thing too is people in our leagues inherently will watch our content. So if they see, hey, this guy's completely mispriced on Sleeper ADP, they'll push him up the board inherently.
Yeah. Plus, we do that video that we do, the best values on Sleeper.
Oh, that gets sent to my league chat. That literally gets linked.
Mates watched it last year.
That literally gets linked to my league chat, and people will tag me, "Yeah, Danny, okay, I see where you're at now on this player with like a thinking face," and it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah. When you really think about it, like you and I are playing fantasy with one hand tied behind our back.
Oh, for sure.
Like the fact that I've won 2 of the last 5 years of my home league when they all had access to my rankings, or 4 years, sorry, 2 of the last 4 years I've won my home league. And not to mention like listener leagues with you guys. Like I won like 5 leagues last year. Like it's kind of impressive if you really think about it.
Yeah, same. I mean, if you I want to say 2 years ago, I won fucking like 9 leagues. Like it was fucking nuts.
Yeah. You had a crazy, like you made 9 finals and won all 9, didn't you?
I lost 1, and it was when Nathan picked up all the quarterbacks in FSE Listener League.
Right. I would be definitely cool with Worthy here if he slid.
Yeah, I'm cool with mixing it in.
I'll take Hampton if he falls back to us, but I would fucking Worthy went. I mean, we could go Kittle too.
The thing is, the guy picking after us, one of them has McBride, so I'd want to push him. I think we take who we like now and then see who falls back. Because then we can take Hurts or Kittle.
Let's try the hyper fragile. Let's try it. Let's do Hampton.
Let's go.
And then I would say, would we want our 4th running back to be kind of like a Tyrone Tracy type, and then we're done?
Yeah, literally. Like, and then you're done at 4. I actually have a couple, like literally like 2 or 3 builds, because obviously I'm not going to do this in every draft. But if you grab your hero up top, you grab your 3 running backs, you only have to worry about adding one more, like a Tracy or a Benson archetype in like the 10th through a 13th area, 10th through 12th area. And at that point, you're just hammering like, Spike Week Kings at wide receiver.
Okay, we weren't expecting this guy to be this stupid.
Oh, so he just went for the cuck.
Yeah, he bully tight ended.
I mean, he's literally in chat.
Who is it?
Literally in chat. Where is he?
He did it.
Jeremy. Fuck. Not like I understand it theoretically. Okay. You're monopolizing.
Who do we want to take here?
Any of the Spike Week receivers. I mean,
I'm cool with Sutton here. I don't take a whole lot of Sutton.
If you want to go Sutton, I'm cool with that. It also opens us up to Bo Nix.
Yeah, I'm cool taking Sutton here. I don't get a whole lot of Sutton, and it's not that I don't like Sutton. That's why I want to take more of him. I actually think he's fine at his price.
I'm cool with it. Also, Dylan, we kind of just made the rule between us. It's like we have like 38% Hunter on this account to just not draft him in these 2 drafts.
Yeah, he also,
unless he fell crazy. Then
one of the shitty things about Hunter too is that his ADP is sliding a little bit right now. So and it's gonna stay slid. I think it's actually kind of crucial to think about this in Best Ball Manias in the future.
Bendels, I agree, but I can't make every Cowboy pick.
The one thing I think is an important thing to keep in mind in Best Ball Mania is that there's this 5-6 weeks where there's nothing happening. And whatever happens in OTAs gets anchored in the ADP for like a vast majority of the offseason for sicko drafts specifically. Yeah. Like people who follow the news, people who make adjustments based on OTA reports and stuff. There's so much happening during training camp that the reports are less impactful. Like one singular report's less impactful, but one report saying, oh, Miles Sanders is running with the ones a little bit, like shot him up from an 18th round, scrolled the F down into the 16th round. Like that's how impactful some of those OTA reports are. I'm not saying it should happen like that. It's just that's the nature of the football calendar, is that once we go on vacation and everybody's, not at training camp anymore or mini camp, we get anchored to that last report that we just heard about Hunter.
Yeah. Also, by the way, Jeremy, don't apologize. You're good, brother. Yeah.
I'm excited to see how you land the plane on that double tight end there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm guessing you probably go 0 running back fully at that point, because you got to build out that's the only thing is I'm curious how you land the plane at running back specifically.
Yeah. It might be kind of hard. I haven't messed around with the bully tight end this year. I think last year was more viable than it is this year. And that's mainly just because I think there's about 20 to 25 tight ends that are viable spike week guys at the very least.
Sorry, my fucking head was itchy.
Yeah.
This team fucks though. Yes, respect. You're never going to hear me argue about George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb going into this year.
I disagree, to be honest, too. I think Sutton's a better pick than Pickens. Not that I actually dislike Pickens as a pick. I just think that Sutton's better.
Yeah, I have Pickens higher, so I'm on Bindle's side.
Yeah,
but they're close enough.
Wide receiver, Danny. You probably have him wide receiver 12.
Yeah. Let me see where I have them respectfully.
You need to get a dictionary and look up those 2 words.
I have Pickens at 25 and Sutton at 26.
Yeah, I have Sutton. Where's Sutton? I have Sutton at 27, and I have Pickens at 31. So they're pretty close for me.
You cannot have Pickens in a number that starts with 3.
I do.
That's insane.
I have the guys immediately ahead of him. If we get negative reports on Godwin, I would move him below Pickens. But for now, I have him ahead. I have Downs ahead of him. I have Judy ahead of him. I have Olave ahead of him. I don't disagree with any of those, to be honest. I think Olave and Judy are going to get clearly more targets than Pickens will get. So for PPR angle, I think that's why they'd be ahead.
Let me ask you,
half PPR best ball if you wanted to take Pickens over those guys. I think that's fine.
Let me ask you one thing though: who throws for more touchdowns, Dak Prescott or those 2 quarterbacks combined?
Well, that's why I said in half PPR it would make more sense.
Yeah.
You want to go Judy here? I think.
Yeah.
Probably.
With that being said, I even though I just made a joke, Judy's the clear best here.
I like Debo, man. Maybe I'm on an island here. I like him at his price.
I would much prefer one of the Packers receivers here, though. One of the Packers.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess.
Judkins is just like an auto click on this spot, but we can't take another running back.
For some reason, Debo wasn't in my best ball rankings. That's weird.
When the icon is
okay. We can't take Judkins here, even though I want to.
Yeah. Also, we're gonna have to start.
Jaden?
Yeah, sure. We
have a Packer already, and we were in our video that's coming out tomorrow. We were just talking about how we like Jaden so much.
Also, we may need to mute ourselves a little bit when we're picking on that turn until the icon makes his picks.
Yeah, that's facts. Who would?
I'm trolling.
Let me ask you this: who would you rather have between Debo Samuel and Stephon Diggs in redraft this year?
Debo and Stephon? Stephon pretty comfortably.
Really, eh?
Yeah. I think Debo might be kind of cooked, but also I don't mind him for
I don't really get why people
I don't mind him for
read that's the case.
Well, I don't mind him in best ball specifically because you don't have to pick when he's in your lineup. But we know Diggs is going to be, when he's healthy, the number 1 for a quarterback we really believe in. And Debo is
assuming he doesn't get suspended or something.
Well, I was just gonna say, and Debo's probably gonna be the 2 or 3 on a low passing volume offense.
Who's the 2 if he's not the 2?
Fucking.
And you say Zach Ertz, I'm leaving the call.
You
can't seriously tell me you think Zach Ertz is gonna get more targets than Debo this year. Debo was a 12th rated wide receiver in fantasy 2 years ago and had pneumonia half the year last year.
Yeah, now he's got a gut.
People gotta chill on the Debo hate, man.
Dude, Zach Ertz got way more targets than I want to fucking acknowledge.
I guess I'm on an island here, dude. I would rather. This is an island take right here. You know the standing up at the conference meme or whatever?
Yeah.
I would take Debo Samuel straight up.
Don't say anything
over Jameson Williams.
That's outrageous, dude. Come on. Be so serious.
Maybe I'm stunned.
Dude,
Call me crazy.
Zach Ertz last season has out-targeted each of the last 2 seasons of Deebo Samuel.
Okay, Debo's gonna get carries and stuff too.
Yeah, you know, he's a good-looking fullback.
You guys are all hating, man.
He's a good-looking fullback. Also,
everyone's pretending the guy's like 36. He's like 29 years old.
Also, the other thing too, by the way, in best ball, I've been taking my shots. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not drafting that guy in redraft at all. Dude, Deebo Samuel is cooked.
He had 12 touchdowns 2 years ago. Was the wide receiver 12 in a season in which Brandon Ayuk was a second-team All-Pro, McCaffrey was a legendary running back, and Kittle was a top 5 tight end.
He's not that.
Can we
player
put some
anymore,
respect on Deebo Samuel, please?
He's not that player anymore, my guy. That's the unfortunate part of it. He is not that player. Also, is Austin Eckler not in the fucking
Fat Debo's the new Fat Keenan, apparently. Okay, we're on the clock here.
We'll take one of the. We'll only talk about the player we're taking.
Do we take the sliding Mahomes here?
I mean, we have Sutton though. So
we could. Let's take the sliding Mahomes because I think Kelsey will fall to us. I can't imagine the Icon's going to take the third tight end.
Let's do that then. Fuck it. We ball. Fuck it. We ball.
If this guy takes Kelsey, I'm going to punch my screen. But
yeah, dude.
Hey, 10 picks of ADP value on Pat's not bad. We can stack up Marquise.
How do we get sniped on fucking Kelsey?
I don't know, but we can take Noah Gray and Marquise later. I know you're always on board for a Noah Gray share.
Oh, I'm absolutely on board for a Noah Gray share. Bindles knows that too. Hey, give me Noah Gray, Hollywood Brown. We got the budget Chiefs stack. Let's go.
And we got sniped on Bo Nix just now.
Yeah, yo, you want to get Bindles in here for the second draft?
We could. Do we? Okay, well, we got to take a pick here. You want to take ETN as our fourth running back and be done?
I mean, there's no receivers that are pointing.
I hate the receivers make me want to pass away.
Yeah,
that are on the board.
Make me want to vomit. Here, I'll send you the link after this draft. I'll get you in here for the second one.
Why did y'all watch about 2 years ago? I care about 2 years ago because if Deebo Samuel was 36, I would hear people out to say he's fat and he can't play anymore. But he's 29 and he's been a multiple time Pro Bowler in his career, and he's had many seasons in which he's been good. It's not like he just had a random spike 2 years ago.
But have you considered that he's 29 with the arteries of a 36-year-old?
Why does everybody just assume he's awful at football? I just don't get this. Everyone saw one clip of him being fat, and we've just decided that Deebo's terrible.
No, Mason's short on it is the funniest. He's talking about like the followers in ADP, and he got the Deebo. He's like, people just see this video. He looks fat. Nobody wants to draft this guy anymore.
Okay, hear me out again on Deebo. 1, 2, 3. 3 games in the first 5 last year in which he was a top 12 receiver on the week. And then he started suffering injuries. He suffered an injury against Kansas City in week 7, and it all went to shit after that.
Got fat.
I'm body positive here. I want some girth on my teams, and I will take Deebo Samuel.
Dude, if he switched to fullback, I'd be all in.
What if he comes back from training camp and he isn't fat anymore? Like he comes into training camp, and he's in shape. Would his ADP rise a full round just because of a pick of him being in shape? Because I think it would.
Maybe. Here, let me see if we can find the Mason clip. We got a little bit to pick, so I'll quickly share. Shout out Mason, by the way.
Yeah, like again, hear me out. I'll take Deebo Samuel over Jordan Addison.
Waddle, but you could also just get Jerry Jeudy in the next round. Deebo Samuel's my 4th least drafted receiver. The dude was set up last season in the perfect situation. You had Brandon Ayuk out for the year, McCaffrey out for the year, Ricky Pearsall.
I think it was the Fallers one.
Deebo Samuel got pneumonia and got fat.
Okay,
the Niners completely gave up on him.
There was the one with the ADP Fallers specifically, and I was just laughing my ass off. Shout out Mason, by the way.
I think that's an invalid argument that he just made. Because Deebo also didn't have ideal circumstance. He got injured in week 5 and then had pneumonia after that. Like, are we really holding that against him?
Yeah, I mean, like, he was.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, we're on the clock. Do we want to grab Drake May here? Kyle Williams? And then maybe hope May falls? Let's grab Kyle Williams first.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
We gotta get a little risky at wide receiver here because we're pretty thin at the moment.
If May goes, okay, hopefully Icon doesn't take his 3rd tight end, but I'm also cool with the tight end.
Yeah.
If May goes.
Stavros or whoever that is Stavros, fucking the comedian in front of us.
All right, truth.
Yeah, we probably should take our tight end at some point as well.
Yeah. I mean, like, who can we back? I mean, we have a quarterback. I'm also just
cool. You don't want to. We can punt quarterback if you want. We have an out for. We actually know what we should do. We should probably take Jordan Love, not Drake May.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Is Jordan Love's bye week the same as Mahomes? Just quickly before you. No, okay, we're good. Yeah, let's take Jordan.
Okay. Let's take Jordan then. Fuck it. And then we'll just make this a 3 tight end build. We're done at quarterback though. I'm not.
Yeah, we're done. We're done at quarterback. Done at quarterback. Done at running back. We have roster spots to play with here. We're going 3 tight ends, and then what would that be? 9 receivers.
Yeah, something like that. Also,
9, 12. Yeah, 9 receivers, 3 tight ends. So it's gonna be a 2-4-9-3. A little bit of a unique build here.
A young bushy boy is on the clock, by the way.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. Also, the Utah Jazz are trying to trade for Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
What? Yeah, what's good, Garage? What's good? Well, I was literally fucking. We were talking about Pickens versus Sutton earlier. Shout out Bindles.
Evans, Ayuk, and Andrews go off the board right ahead of me. And then I'm deciding between probably some receivers, ideally.
I mean, we may as well here. We're not picking for a little bit. I may as well just share the screen for anybody that is curious on how the Devy draft is going so far. And let me.
My eyes, dude.
My eyes every time. So Fletsky gets the snipe on Andrews on Bushy. Gosh darn it! I know that was the top of your queue, unfortunately. I mean, you could go Sutton here, your boy.
Yeah, Sutton would make some sense. Shout out to the queue from Danny here that we're seeing.
Sure. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I just have a bunch of quarterbacks, my man. You got Tua's available. If you want to
I just threw all the quarterbacks in the queue because I don't pick for 2 rounds.
Yeah, I'm on the clock right now. If you go to click my name, so you can see my team.
Sure.
At the moment, yeah, I built out like a win now competitive team here. I ended up trading down from the Ayuk pick from Sir King Jared wanted the future commander, so he gave me a 307 in the Debbie startup, which I thought was too good to pass up. But yeah, even despite trading away my 103 Debbie pick, I still have 6 Debbie picks intact. But I got a late 2, a 3, and then a bunch of 4s, 5s, and 6s. So I feel pretty confident in my ability to get some good Debbie players, even despite having lower picks. And I got 3 second rounders and 2 6th rounders out of it. So I feel pretty good about that. No 8th rounder, but regardless, I'm probably going to be deciding between a couple of receivers here. I got Sutton, Jaden Reed, Chris Godwin, a couple guys on the board. I think I'm probably going to end up going Chris Godwin because I have Baker Mayfield. But anybody else who's on the clock, I also still need running back help. I just don't love the running backs on the board right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like I can get some guys in the 10th and the 11th and 12th.
For me, I did the fuck them picks mentality, but I feel like for the most part, I've kind of insulated myself as well. 2.0 tight end premium, which is why I take Bowers here, literally 22 plus point per game score. 22.
You better wrap this up in about 20 seconds because we're about to be on the clock soon.
Yeah, all I was going to say, 2 quarterbacks, Lawrence Prescott, obviously built up my wide receivers, got my RB1 there, and then I got David Njoku, who averaged 19.3 points per game last year in this format.
Yeah, it's a 2x tight end premium. So Danny having Njoku and Bowers makes more sense in that situation. I have Hawkinson for the time being, but I definitely feel decent about the rest of that. Okay. Do we want to grab probably a tight end, right?
Yeah, I mean,
should we plug our nose and take Kincaid?
We don't have any Kincaid, and we were talking about
let's take Kincaid. Let's take Kincaid.
Let's take a share. It's a 3 tight end build anyways.
So let me give the pro Kincaid take, because you guys have probably heard us give a lot of anti-Kincaid takes. The pro Kincaid take is that he was, before the Colts game, I think it was week 11 last year, he was actually like his best PFF receiving grades, yards per route run games, and all that stuff happened before that. And then when he started to taper off routes was after that. So we want to grab Besh, maybe?
There's no tight ends here. Is there any correlators?
Not really.
Denver and what, Minnesota?
Denver and
Dubs.
You want to go Dubs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about Dubs today too. Like 13th, 14th round. Again, he's not going to be a guy that's going to win you best ball mania, but I think this passing offense is going to have a ton more volume this year. Obviously, we saw prior to the knee injury in week 1. I mean, it was bombs away against the Eagles, and that was what ended up proving to be one of the most improved secondaries in the league. To me, if Jordan Love is fully healthy, I think he's pretty clearly a top 10 level ability-wise quarterback in the league. And I think I just want to grab his pass catchers. That's really where I'm at.
Yeah,
There's no
Reed are good values too. You don't have to pay up for if a guy like Love has a top 5 to 10 season again, he'll bring some guys along, and yeah, maybe it's Golden and we don't have Golden or whatever, but I feel pretty confident that Reed and Golden could both pay off at ADP, and I actually would bet that it is Reed that pays off more than Golden in redraft specifically.
Also, ouch on completely missing out on all that tight end range. Holy crap! Look at those tight ends.
I know we kind of got screwed there. If they had fallen back to us, I mean, it's going to be a 3 tight end build anyways, so we'll be able to stack up. And we got our hypothetically, I know it sounds gross, but technically Kincaid is our upside swing, because if Kincaid hits, he could be the number 1 target on Buffalo. So he would definitely be our upside swing. So we could probably grab some Condemy tight ends a little bit here.
Also, as a late round pick, you want to mix in an 18th rounder on my young guy, sure, but I'm sure Zach Taylor loved Zach Moss last year too. They just kind of do the little things right.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, I would not. I may not get things.
Is that just the fucking the case that's made for any slow plotting running back?
I think Zach Moss is way better than Kyle Monunga.
I agree. Yeah, no, if you want to take him in the 18th round, I don't think really you want to take anybody in the 18th round, go fucking ahead.
The only thing it really points me to is if Monunga gets a bunch of hype, I should probably cool it on Roshan Johnson. That's the only thing it really points to me.
And if you want to get some CLV,
if Roshan was getting the hype, he would go up in value. But if Monunga is getting the hype, it actually is kind of just pro Swift, anti Roshan in my mind.
Yeah. Also, Hunter Henry probably makes sense here, right?
Yeah, Henry's a good
fuck me where I breathe, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
Dude, what is this room's obsession with tight ends?
We're just getting...
I mean, it's a 3 tight end build anyways. I'm not worried.
Do we take the sliding Leggett? That's
I think we take Leggett.
Yeah, 15.5 picks of ADP value. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, this is probably an 8 wide receiver build.
9. We're going 9 because we're only going 4 running backs and 2 QBs. So we can go 9 wide receivers, 3 tight ends.
Yeah, you're right. You did the math on the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say a 9 build with Jefferson feels like a lot, but
I mean, we didn't draft our next receiver until Sutton in the 5th or 4th round, and then Judy. We only had 4 wide receivers through 10 rounds too.
Yeah, theoretically, you're basing it. Jefferson's going to be in your 1 spot every week.
You want to take J-Mac here, or do you want to go Ertz or Gesicki?
So I think J-Mac makes the most sense here because if we're going to play it in numbers, we want a couple implied plays. And if any of the Buccaneers receivers get hurt, McMillan's value would go up tremendously.
We have a nice mix too, I would say, of Condemy, target volume, Judy, Sutton, Dubs guys. And then we have a couple Reed, Kyle Williams, Leggett, McMillan, probably 0 some weeks, but big spike guys and maybe high upside to just return and be great picks altogether.
So let me ask you this question. Let's just say, again, knock on wood, hopefully this doesn't happen, especially for your sake. But Evans, Godwin, Igbuka, one of them right before the season, out for the year. Where would McMillan go in drafts?
I think if one of them went out for the year, let's say Godwin suffered a setback or something and was out for the season, Igbuka probably becomes a 5th round redraft pick. And I would say that McMillan's probably going where Coleman is going right now, give or take, maybe a little higher.
Yeah, I was going to say probably the 90 to 105 range would probably be the sweet spot.
I'd say where Higgins and Burden go.
Yeah.
I guess Higgins more so than Burden now after the reports of the injury in camp.
Yeah. And obviously you probably have more confidence in the talent of the player with those two.
Back to us. Fuck.
Yeah, that would have been nice. I was going to say, you probably have more confidence in the talent of the player of the other two, but at the same time, you're getting the insulation to the Tampa Bay offense. I mean, McMillan would be the absolute perfect fit if any of those receivers went down. So, yeah.
Yeah. Also, Dylan, the QB model right now, I'm testing metrics currently. If anybody has any good quarterback metrics, they know our predictive, shout them out. I've probably thought of them already just because I have 50 in here that I'm testing. Some of the sports info solutions metrics are really, really valuable, like on target pass rate and positive play rate and stuff. The problem is I got to test how many quarterbacks I actually can find them for, because you need a minimum number of pass attempts. And if a bunch of quarterbacks don't qualify, I can't get them in there. But I would say, generally speaking, it's going really well. And I've started to figure out exactly what metrics are popping as predictive. And then also, once I figure that out, then I can weight them and start grading the prospects or the players, because I'm grading the current crop of 2016 to 2025 quarterbacks. And then I'm going to grade the 2026 class after I have the model set.
So this is just like
You go Dalton Schultz, get economy tight end.
I would say go Keenan
first. Take Ferguson or somebody like with more upside later.
I mean Noah Gray, but yeah.
Yes, yeah, Noah Gray we could take. I'd be cool going Terrence Ferguson now and taking Noah Gray later if you want.
Sure. I was gonna say Keenan specifically because I think this.
Well, we got Keenan now. So
well, the case I was gonna make is this is a 9 build anyways. We're getting him at low CLV. If he does sign, he would raise in value, and he kind of fits like the archetype of receiver we need. Because if he signs, he's not a guy that come week 14 I'm projecting to be a big contributor. But if he can get us weeks 1 to 5, well, maybe Leggett starts slow or Kyle Williams starts slow, and he gets us some points in that period. I think he's a good fit.
Okay, so we need to plan out the tight end here. Do we want to grab our floor guy, Schultz Okonkwo, or do we want to grab our ceiling guy first? Because we could go double ceiling. We could go Ferguson, Noah Gray.
I think I like a Chig here because
Chig
or Schultz, whoever you like better.
I like Schultz better personally.
Okay. The reason why is because I think we have to go Noah Gray on this team because we already made the bet on Mahomes.
Yeah, and we have nothing stacked with him right now.
Yeah, not to mention, I mean,
we're naked Mahomes right now. So,
well, I mean, let's talk about potential CLV. Let's just say in training camp, Travis Kelce starts having hamstring strains. Where does Noah Gray's ADP lie?
At the very least, he's higher than Isaiah likely would be.
So, there's just so much that could go positively for Noah Gray, knowing inherently that a 37-year-old tight end is the one in front of him.
Yeah. No, that's definitely fair.
Yeah, let me see. I might have just pulled 37 out of my ass.
AJ goes, y'all, my startup team kind of buns.
By the way, I said 37. He's still only 35, but he turns 36 in October. My apologies.
Look at my old tail of the tapes. Yeah, Dylan, trust me, everything that's been in a tail of the tape, I got in the model already. That was the first thing I did.
Garage, brother. You know my thoughts on Noah Gray. The standalone value, he literally produced as much as Isaiah likely did last year. And then, like you said, the contingent upside. I'm excited. And Mason asked me the other day, he's like, why are you so high on Noah Gray? I'm like, I just think there's just so many passes paying off given how cheap his opportunity cost is.
Yeah, Noah Gray is just he is the type of guy though that would strike me as 5 years from now he's in BDG trivia going, oh my god, remember when Noah Gray had like a top 15 season in points per game?
I could see it.
Let me get Bronco Nagurski here. Shout out Bronco Nagurski, Canadian great actually.
He's Canadian?
Yeah.
Did not even know that.
I think so, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check.
He is Canadian American, 1908. He was born. What the fuck is Rainy River? Rainy River, Ontario. He's from Ontario.
Yeah.
Oh, that's literally just forms part of the Ontario-Minnesota segment of the Canada-U.S. border. So it's bordering Minnesota. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, which is in Rainy River, Ontario. It's like Manitoba area.
I mean, shout out for playing in the fucking 30s. The guy was 6'2", 230. Now we're talking. There's a reason why he
230 as a fullback in the 1930s was probably huge. Like linemen were 230 back then.
Also, respectfully, if I was going up against a guy, see, Bronco's a sick name in its own right. You know what his fucking actual name is?
What?
Bronislaw.
Yeah, that's.
If you're not meeting Bronislaw in the A gap, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, we're going Noah for sure. Yeah.
We like ourselves.
I'm so Terrence Ferguson pilled that it's so hard for me not to click him at this point.
I like Ferguson a lot too.
I love him so much, man. I think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna beat out Higbee in training camp, and he's gonna become a top 12 round pick by the time. 90% of why I'm taking Terrence Ferguson is
CLV.
Closing line value for sure.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah, no, Eddie George was
Eddie George was 100% Derrick Henry before Derrick Henry. I mean, Brandon Jacobs is the ultimate Derrick Henry before Derrick Henry because he just looks like him. But yeah.
Yeah. Also, here I'll get you guys the link if you guys want to pop in. Somebody does 9, the other person does 9, whatever the case. One person wants to do 18, whatever the case may be. I sent the link to the StreamYard for Garage and Bindles in our chat. So if you guys want to pop in, we're going to be doing a Pitbull. And after that, we're probably just going to
do the Corgi first. We'll do the Corgi.
We'll do the Corgi. Okay. Oh, are we doing 3?
Yeah.
Oh, you good with that, Spicy?
I think so. Yeah, that's what we always do.
You went like that. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to rip the Corgi again, $5 entry. So this is a good contest for those of you guys just looking to get a couple shares, couple drafts in, but maybe not to go too crazy here. $5 draft, single entry, so should be a good, payoff. What does the first place get? 20K?
I believe so.
25K.
25.
Yeah,
Also,
so this is like, I mean, if you had turned $5 into 25K, like if Nick is in here, I think that's probably about what, I mean, he probably got more than 25K. He probably got 75K, I think it was for the puppy that he won. But
also real quick too, shout out Urcolano because he just made me extremely hungry by sharing his bacon, egg, and cheese on the timeline. That just got me fucking
I'm hungry too. I haven't eaten. I can definitely muck. I mean, I had 4 eggs and some cereal this morning, so I'm pretty satiated. But I could definitely eat still.
Might have to go to the Canadian version of bacon, egg, and cheese and just rip a Sammy from Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Shout out Tim Horton, by the way, from Hamilton, Ontario.
Yes, he is. Yeah, of course. I mean, everybody would have known that Tim Horton was from Canada, though.
No, I know, but he's from my city.
Yeah, facts. Yeah. Okay. Spicy Hot. Let's hit confirm on this Corgi draft here, and then we shall wait to see if it fills. Yeah, we got 3 more people here.
Wait, according to who, AJ?
Danny, did you tell Bush you're higher than him?
Because
you traded for Burrow.
No, because I'm assuming he was probably asking us both our thoughts on a certain trade package. I said no, I would hold Burrow, and you said I'm fine giving Burrow for that. Also, speaking of Burrow, we might get him in this draft.
Yeah, the trade offer that AJ got at the end there of I'm actually higher on Kerrane than you, which is probably why it's skewed. But it was like a first-round Devy pick, Kerrane, and a second-round Devy pick, and Jordan Love for Joe Burrow. And I'm like, that's a pretty good return for Joe Burrow.
Well, it was because there was 2 potential offers. One of them was with Kerrane and the 105 Devy. One of them was with just the 103. And I said, like, listen, if I'm giving Burrow, I want the 103. Like, I want Ryan Williams.
Yeah, I'm just like, my thought is, again, it's very easy to contextualize what Ryan Williams is. He's an early first round pick next year. That's what he is. Yeah. He's 2027. You tank at 2027 first. You're trying to get Ryan Williams. So my thought process is you're getting, I think it was 105 plus Kerrane plus a second. I'm like, you're going to get an early to mid first in either next year's class or this year's class. And you're getting an early to mid second probably in the Devy second rounder that he's getting. And you're getting Jordan Love and Kerrane. Like, that's a lot to return here. Yeah, we take.
I just would prefer the other side personally.
That's
like the 103 side, or like the 103 trade package. Sorry.
Oh, Chick-fil-A, dude! I could muck some Chick-fil-A right now.
Also, shout out all the lads that are in here. Like AJ's in here, Shady Sands is in here, Matthew says he's in here. Anybody who made the draft, let me see if I recognize any more usernames. Or, I mean, for that matter, if you're watching this, let us know.
Yeah, Spicy Out reminds us that this is a single entry time box contest, so there's no reason that we need to get crazy with the 101 here.
Thank you for letting us know because we would have done some funky shit.
Yeah, in the Greyhound, so I guess we're just goated in single entry contests because in the Greyhound, we also pulled the 101 in that one. Silo Pro is also here.
Let's get it, brother. Let's get it. Silo Pro.
And that is the Influencer 101 indeed. Speaking of Pete, who I think coined the Influencer 101 discussion, I'm going to be going on Best Ball After Dark. I think probably 2 weekends from now, I think, because he asked me to go on this Saturday, but I can't because I might be going to Cuba potentially for a couple of days. But I either the weekend after, or the weekend after that, I'll probably be on Best Ball After Dark. So if you guys are Pete channel members, I believe that's a channel members only thing. And then I think I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this, but I think how Pete does it is he gets you on Best Ball After Dark first, because I think that's where you get introduced and, talk about some stuff. And then if you go on Best Ball Breakfast or one of his other programs later, then the audience is already familiar with you. I don't know if that's true or not. If you guys are diehard Overset supporters, you'd probably know that.
Yes, sir. I mean, you guys are going to know that. I'm chilling.
Yeah, I reached out to him for what it's worth. I've watched Pete for a while, just best ball streams. He's interesting to listen to. So I was like, hey, if you ever need a guest, I wouldn't mind hopping on. And he was like, yeah, sure, I'll get you on After Dark or whatever.
Yeah, enjoy, brother.
What else do we got going on here?
Also,
he's Devontae Smith. I mean, Ryan Williams is Devontae Smith, but the market hates Devontae Smith right now, so maybe that's a bad comp.
Also, Bush, are you going to be, again, assuming the ADP for Kittle stays constant, are you going to mix them all at the 2-3 turn?
No, I think that's too much.
Just for uniqueness? Not even like 1 or 2 BBMs?
Mix them in the mid to late third round at the 3-4 turn, but I would not do it at the 2-3 turn.
Okay.
As much as I think he actually might be worth that pick, I just can't put him that high.
Well, that's the theory, because it's like McBride goes there. You have Kittle over McBride. How many teams are going to actually have Kittle there as opposed to McBride in that fix?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, if I would say the earliest I would think about Kittle is taking him and pairing him with like the Lamb and the Gibbs, like the back end of the top 6. If I could take him with like my 3-0 whatever at that pick, that would be fine. But I think taking him near the first round is a little too rich for me, or near the top end of the board is a little too early for me.
Yeah, and like it depends. It's like I can't take it over like Rashee Rice or maybe a couple of the running backs there. But like if you get, let's just say, I mean, I love Tyreek and Adams this year in the mid-third, but if somebody wants to say, hey, I'll take Kittle over them because I'm getting an older player, except I'm getting that point equity at tight end and I'm getting a unique build, like I don't think that would be outrageous at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything interesting that could slide to us here? Spicy.
Let's take a look, Spicy. I mean, I'm not going to say it out loud.
Slide, so
no, especially with Ginger Ale picking right before us.
Is Ginger? Oh, he is picking right before us. Yeah, we got a little friends and family draft here.
Yeah, I guess there's pros and cons to it. The pros are like, hey, if they know you're building like specific teams, like they'll be more lenient.
21 overall there.
That's a take.
That's a red badge with some sharpness there. Got Shady and Ginger Ale right in front of us, which is not fun. And he takes Tyreek just to cuck us as well.
Well, that's what I mean. Like we're less likely to get falling values in these rooms, but also we know they're more logical drafters.
We got to take Jonathan Taylor here. That's rare to get him here.
I don't have any Jonathan Taylor, so I don't mind it.
Yeah. Do you want to go Johnny and Bucky both are? I mean, again, we don't need to be rare. It's a single entry contest.
If you get Johnny, I'll take Rashee.
You want to go Johnny and Rashee, or you want to go? I think Johnny and Bucky's really unique, man.
I mean, I like Rashee.
They're both usually gone by this pick.
I mean, so is Rashee based on ADP,
but not. I mean, I guess time box wise, he would be.
Oh,
but if you want to go Rashee, you can. I just think it is not.
You got the JT pick. I agree. I want Rashee.
All right. Let the record show that I fought back and I wanted Bucky.
And I wanted Rashee over JT, but I capitulated.
Yeah, AJ's just going to snipe everybody that we want here. So we should probably keep our yaps shut before our picks.
I mean, he could literally just look at our rankings, and trust me, he already does that.
He does do that. AJ literally looked at my rankings and put a screenshot of them in the Devy League chat before my pick. He's like, I think Bush is probably looking at James Cook or Josh Downs here. So I don't take Josh Downs, but I'm going to take James Cook. And then Danny traded in front of me and took Josh Downs. So that was fun.
That was hilarious, by the way. I had a great time on that.
You guys are the worst.
Dude, the funniest though, wasn't it in the redraft league last year where AJ was picking like right beside me? And I remember he looked at my rankings right before he picked so he could snipe me on Rashee Rice.
Yeah, I annihilated you in that league last year too. All of you guys got destroyed by me.
All right,
that might be the best redraft team I've ever assembled.
Hey, we're acting like I didn't win the year before.
Yeah, I got two in 4 years in that league.
Yeah. Okay.
Just I want to point out, guys, really quick. The listener redraft league is ground zero for y'all, apparently, because 3 of the 4 years Danny or I has won it.
Yeah, you guys got to get on the board.
And you guys have access to
Mikey won the other year, so none of you guys have beat us. Or was it Mikey that won? No,
he was in the finals against me the first year.
Oh, who won the other year? There was 1 year.
Wyatt, I think, right?
No, he won the spot in the league.
No, I think he won the second year. He won the league the second year and he got a spot because the other part of the listener redraft league that applies is that if you win the league, you're also in it the next year.
No, he got the spot because you used his punishment on Twitter.
Right. But I think he might have won the league that year too.
I don't think he did. Who would have won it?
It was it would have been what, the 2021 season?
2020 was the year you beat Mikey. 2021.
Oh, I guess we've done it 5 years now.
5 years.
Wait, hold on.
Fletsky won a year. Flet won a year.
2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. Yeah, I guess we have run it 5 years.
So I think what happened, you won it 2024. You won it 2024. I won it 2023. Flet won it 2022 because I remember my team was the 1 seed and it got hurt in the playoffs. And he was the team like, so he was the 1 seed. I had the most points for. And we always just made the jokes with each other. It's like, Flet, like, you're the 1 seed, but you're like a Fugazi 1 seed. And then he actually like won the championship from the 1 seed.
Right.
So he was talking shit back to us. I remember that.
Yeah.
Also,
so we don't know who won it in 2020 then, I guess, right? We can't. I just checked.
They're different leagues every year.
We've remade the league every year. Other than the last year I can check, but I can't check before that.
Also, it was Rashid, bro. I remember when AJ was on the clock, he had 60 seconds. He's sort of like, okay, well, who does Danny have the next highest rated player? It takes like literally 40 seconds to pull up my rankings. Rashid Rice, that's my pick. And then he snipes me.
Yeah. I do think it might have still been, I think I might be correct. I think it might have been Wyatt that won in 2021. Even though he won a spot in the league because he picked the league punishment for me, I think he actually might have won the
John
league.
Morant to the Raptors.
What?
Excuse me? Is this fake?
Dude, Smooth, you better not be fucking with me right now.
I don't see it posted anywhere. Morant.
This is like the draft spoiler thing. You're not allowed to spoil anything related to the Cowboys, Leafs, Raptors, Buccaneers.
That's a fucking. I know you fell for a scam.
Scam
Sharnia. You fell for that. I was tweaking for a second. Yeah, that's scam Sharnia.
That would have been crazy though.
Also, can we acknowledge, like, everybody knows Centel and everybody knew Ballsack? Tone Centers was the first fake news, man. We can agree on that.
You guys were the first fake news.
No, the funniest is we would just make fake reports like, yeah, JSN declined to run in the 40 because in practice runs he was running a 4.8 and he gave the nod to his agent to stop.
Yeah. Do we get a share of him here?
Kittle?
DJ. 8 picks past 8.
In a one entry? Fuck no.
Yeah, that's a good point. You want to take Kittle here?
Yeah, I'm cool. Kittle and Pickens, Kittle and Hurts, Kittle and Flowers, whatever you want to pair Kittle with, I'm cool with.
Yeah, let's do Kittle for sure. And then I'm cool with Pickens if you want to go Pickens here. I would personally take Flowers based on my rankings, I think. I would actually not be opposed to taking Hurts. I just think it's a little I don't want to take 2 onesies.
Okay, I don't know if AJ's trolling, but he also said that. Wait, Raptors just got Jaylen Brown though.
Yeah, that's fake. AJ, that's fake.
See, I was trying to check my notifications, but I trying to check. Oh, I shouldn't flash the number. I'm getting a call from the cardiac center when I'm trying to fucking search my noties. I just flashed the number on the screen without thinking.
To be fair, Danny, that's pretty on brand for you.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they've been fucking calling me like every day, like, oh yeah, when are you gonna set up your monitor? And I'm like, dude, I just haven't had time to set up my monitor because basically what they wanted me to do was wear the monitor for 3 days, just
and see how it spikes and whatnot. Yeah,
but like I haven't had fucking time. Like,
yeah.
All
probably. Week 10 buy at wide receiver. Shit. Okay, yeah, we should probably make that up. No more week 10 buys.
Yeah,
or else we're gonna score 36 fantasy points that week.
That's fine though.
It's really not. It's not optimal to do that. People go, oh, it's just 1 week. It actually is really inoptimal to do that. Inoptimal, suboptimal. That's definitely the correct word.
Inoptimal, baby.
Concerned Brock in the chat wants to know if you're doing okay, Danny.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, I'm doing okay. Well, I mentioned it to you, but on Good Friday, I had an anxiety attack, and my doctor basically told me, yeah, like you don't need like your heart, like because basically I got like an ultrasound, like they checked up, making sure nothing was like out of whack,
physically wrong.
Yeah, and they said everything was perfectly fine, but he said for your own ease, if you want, I'll refer you to this machine. They'll send it to you, and basically I just have to put it on, and they're gonna monitor if I have any like bad spikes in like a 3-day stretch.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
it seems like pretty standard protocol.
Although the only issue is I need to chill out when we're in arguments on stream because that might like artificially.
I mean, you could just like not get so amped up about stuff.
You know, I have to get amped up about stuff. Yeah. That's just how I am. Like straight up, like
for what it's worth, no person of Italian descent has ever had perfect heart health.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, pretty routine test. That's exactly it. Ran out of beer. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it literally happened once we landed back from the BDGE trip, if you remember, because did I not mention to you like I was feeling the turbulence a little bit and I felt a little woozy on the plane?
That was bad turbulence though, dude. I don't know if I've ever been on a plane with that much turbulence before. That was really bad. I was like, it was beyond, you know how sometimes there's turbulence and everybody on the plane looks around and they go, oh, like that's like the vibe that everyone has. Like there's a bit in Bill Burr's act about it. And that was like beyond, like the kids were like, are we dying? Like
we almost got Burrow.
Yeah. The children and like some people were like, this is bad. Like that, especially on the way home, that turbulence was bad, man. I was like, oh shit.
I'm not going to say the name out loud, but knowing the two people in front of us, there's no way this guy falls back to us. Although, I mean, AJ's got 3 running backs, so maybe. Okay.
Yeah. He's taking Fat Debo.
He took Fat Debo. There it is.
Yeah, I knew there it is. We knew Judkins wasn't coming back.
Golden or Reed?
Ugh, I hate everyone on the board. Swift would be my highest rated running back, and Reed would be my highest rated wide receiver. Let's go Reed with one of them.
Yeah. Spicy, you choose Swift versus Johnson. You pick whichever one because
Chat, I'll quickly say it in the next 10 seconds. Swift versus Johnson. Who do you like? I 100% am pro Swift here.
Team Johnson, baby. 311 touches from Najee. Poof.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way.
Arthur Smith. Woo!
Stuff.
Caleb.
Okay, we see Caleb. First one was Pete. Swift, Johnson. Okay, let's go. Let's go, Caleb here.
Dylan keeps spamming Swift.
Again, let the record show I'd be pro Swift here as well.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like we end up just drafting teams that we equally hate because we both don't get who we wanted to take. I think Caleb Johnson's a bad pick, man. I don't think he's worth this selection.
It's okay. It's okay to be wrong sometimes.
Sure. I guess I'm being wrong. I think Jaylen Warren's going to be a pest long enough that he's a bad pick for that reason. And I think the Steelers are not going to be as.
Damn, I'm catching shade. I'm catching shade.
Damn.
That's tough.
I mean, naturally, there's people.
Yeah, no, it's going to happen.
In the chat, in the audience that probably trust each of us differently.
Yeah.
No, Dylan, a T Swift correlation glazer.
Roshan Johnson is their RB1 anyway.
Yeah, I'm not going to go that far as much as I like Roshan.
What does my bias have to do with the Pittsburgh Steeler?
I mean, biased emotionally, I think emotional bias is real. If you really like a prospect pre-draft, if you really like it doesn't have to be your favorite team necessarily.
Yeah, no. Also,
but optimizing for the playoffs is a fair argument for sure.
To me, I'm looking at it like, yeah, sure, Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf are there. Also, everything we've heard from Pittsburgh is that literally Caleb Johnson is the most instinctual running back that Arthur Smith has been around. And Najee Harris just touched the ball 311 times last year.
That's a whole lot of yap. I don't really about that.
I mean, you must have Jaylen Warren projected for 20 touches.
I don't. I just actually think they're both going to cannibalize each other.
In a high volume rushing attack.
I have said multiple times, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to check out of a couple plays a game, and he's going to throw more than people think.
You think Tomlin's going to put up with that if he does it one too many times? He's getting
Tomlin signed up for
bench. I don't know if he did though. I don't know if he knows what he signed up for yet.
Yeah. My take is you're going to hate this, by the way. This would drive you insane. I think that Caleb Johnson's closer to his upper range of outcomes this year is what I project for Swift.
You're insane. You're insane.
I think mid RB2 kind of projection is what I have for Swift. I think that's about on a good season for Caleb Johnson. Maybe it's backloaded and it comes at the end of the season and that's where he pays off and whatnot. But I do think.
Should I repeat that Najee Harris touched the ball 311 times last year?
Should I repeat that back end RB2 is what Bucky Irving was over the course of the whole season last year?
Sure. Again, you give Caleb Johnson fucking 280 touches and he is smoking Swift.
280 touches is very optimistic, dude.
It's
I
not,
don't think
though.
You're realizing how often.
Dude, you must have Jaylen Warren as a top 24 running back if you think that's too optimistic.
I think they're both going to have like 210 touches each.
I think that's false. And if that's the case, you have to be drafting Jaylen Warren.
I am. I got to start drafting more Warren because I'm.
Then there you go.
Really excited about either of them, to be honest, and Warren's a cheaper one.
If you are that staunch against Caleb, you need to have 20+% Warren where he goes.
So here's why I don't. It's because Warren's too expensive also. They're both just overpriced.
They're going to run the football. Neither of them are overpriced.
I think that I don't disagree. They're going to be a run heavy team, but I think they both run it enough that they cannibalize each other. And I think they're drafted as if the team runs 500 times. And I think the team's not going to, they're going to probably be a top 5 to 10 rushing
Arthur Smith himself has said he wants to run the ball 500+ times this year.
Okay,
there's a direct quote from Arthur Smith.
We're on the clock.
Sorry, we'll make a pick.
Jaylen Warren. No, I'm just kidding. Do we plug our nose and take Cooper because we kind of need a receiver?
We can go Kyler too to get our first quarterback. Yeah, we go Cooper. Go Cooper first, and we'll figure out with the other pick.
Do we want to take Kyler because we have the Chase correlation?
Yeah, we could do that. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, let's take Murray.
Also, yeah, I brought this up in the running back video. I'm sure you watched, Brock, but I do think some of the receiving production in Detroit, we can't just copy paste, because I do think that Chicago just frankly has more target competition than Detroit ever had when Swift was there.
I'm not copy and pasting Swift's target shares from Detroit, but I think it's within the range of outcomes that he's used like he was when he was in Detroit, which was that he was heavily targeted.
Yep.
I think even if Swift is a 220 carry, 60 target running back, he can pay off pretty easy mid RB2, which is pretty good value where you're getting him.
So, Dylan, the problem with this is that Najee Harris last year only scored 6 total touchdowns, and he averaged 3.9 yards per carry, and he was the RB20 in fantasy.
I think Najee Harris is like this. I don't want to say the ceiling, because obviously Caleb's a rookie.
You think Caleb Johnson's going to average 3.6 yards per carry next year?
20 RB 25 in points per game. Najee Harris just is so sexless. It's insane to me. And I do generally think it's near his upper range of outcomes to do what Najee did.
That's where we completely disagree.
263 rushing attempts and 36 receptions is a lot of volume, man.
You better be drafting 100% Jalen Warren then.
I just told you why I'm not. It's because I think both of them are going to get more. I think Warren's going to get more volume than he got last year. And, Caleb is going to get less volume than Najee got.
They will run the ball 500 plus times.
I'm going to draft already heard to Warren in redraft, because redraft he goes lower. It's just that on underdog he goes around guys that I don't want to take him over.
Yeah.
Right. It's more about his like overall, like among running back. I think Jalen Warren's very appropriately priced. It's just that at ADP, I'd rather take ETN. I would rather take some of the quarterbacks. I would rather take, an Emeka Egbuka Pittman type if he slid. Like, I can't take Warren over those guys, as much as I do think he'll probably have a similar-ish role to what Caleb has in terms of how many touches. Not like they'll probably be used different ways, but the amount of touches total, I think, will be similar.
So the issue to this 12 points a game is not an RB2. Actually, so Nick Chubb, as a rookie, 12.2 on the season, and that was with literally Carlos Hyde taking 70+% of the work, 80+% of the work to start. 12.2 points per game would have ranked as the RB25 in fantasy last year, and that's basically where you're drafting Caleb Johnson.
Yeah. Again, I think there's guys going after him that I like better.
Yeah. Swift, agree to disagree.
Swift, Jones, Pacheco, Pollard, Montgomery, like those. I just rather take those guys than Caleb Johnson. It's not that I don't think Caleb Johnson has upside. He does. I just like those guys better.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I disagree, but that's fine. Warren would have been fucking awesome. Fuck.
Yeah. We
have so much Warren though.
Andrews falls. I don't hate it.
I mean, I don't feel necessary to. I would say Warren because I think he'd complement Kittle a lot. I kind of don't want 2 old tight ends.
My thought is that we're done at tight end. I don't really care. Okay, he goes anyways.
Okay.
You want to go Javonte, because we kind of need touches at running back, dude. We have 2 running backs right now. One of them is probably not starting right away.
Go with the receiver first. Let's search down the board at what's available.
Kyle?
Yeah, go Kyle first. And then go to running back spicy. I do want to see what's available here.
I don't think we have the luxury of taking Tootin without the touches right now.
Spears?
I'm cool. If you want to go Tootin, let's go Tootin, but we got to get touches somewhere.
I would rather go Spears over Tootin given our team.
I'd rather have Tootin of those 2 guys.
Go Tootin then.
Yeah, let's go Tootin, and then we got to find touches somewhere.
Yeah,
so,
that's fine. Eckler, guys like that, Dobbins.
Yeah, we're gonna need some guys that get touches.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much set at receiver.
We only can't.
What do you mean? We're set at receiver. We need 1 more quarterback, and we need 1 more tight end. We just need to throw darts at running back.
Yeah, we do. There's so many picks that I wish I could have made because I don't like the player we took. Like I really wish we'd taken Bucky over Rashee Rice, knowing the running backs core that we have right now.
You don't think I would have preferred Rashee Rice over JT then?
Yeah.
Hey, we're drafting these things together, man. We'll see what they end up. If we agreed with everything, it just looks like our own account.
A collectively hated team every time.
Trust me, I hate some of the teams that you build. You'll hate some of the teams that I build. I mean, we literally talked about it on my big dog team that I loved and you didn't like.
Yeah. Would I be crazy to take Reed and Golden at that turn? No, I don't think that. I think that would have been fine.
Yeah. Got shafted on Dak making it back to me. Oh, did Dak get sniped? Oh, that's unlucky. Unlucky. What percentage of Ray Davis you guys have? 11.9% is where I was at on my personal.
I don't think I'm nearly as high as you are on Ray Davis. Not that I don't dislike Ray Davis. I just like James Cook better. I'm literally looking at Underdog's rankings, not my exposure. How about I get some brain cells and look it up in the proper place here? Ray Davis, you're not going to like that I haven't drafted Ray Davis one time.
How though? Like
I like James Cook.
James Cook has contract issues. James Cook is literally the biggest negative.
Coming at a discount because of that stuff, though. That's why I like drafting him now. Probably what I'll do is if there's James Cook CLV, I'll stop drafting James Cook.
Look where Ray Davis is going, bro.
Then.
Look where Ray Davis is going. He's an efficient hand cut. Like even if we expected James Cook,
Benson goes right beside him, which is why I don't have a lot of Ray Davis.
Fair. I mean, he was efficient. He plays for the Bills, like 134 ADP.
It's totally reasonable. I just don't generally. The other thing too is that I tend to take quarterbacks and tight ends in that range as well.
Gurendo here. Gurendo.
Should we take a QB while they're sliding? We have Reed. We can take Jordan. They just went.
Surely AJ doesn't grab RB6, right? You don't do it, AJ.
I mean, you just said Gurendo. We could take Herbert and QJ.
No, I like Gurendo here. It's the perfect hedge to all the McCaffrey that I have, and we need a big hit at running back.
Sure.
Here, I'll let you choose.
We're gonna have a 3-point running back in our lineup week 1.
Okay, I'll let you drive the other running back here.
I don't want to draft another running back here. I think they stink on the board.
Not even Eckler all year
because I think he's a value, and I don't draft him very often. So that's why I want to get my exposure, some of my exposure here.
Go with that.
But I would have taken Herbert QJ because then we would have gotten a little correlation with Herbert at least.
I don't think we have the affordability to take another receiver here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love this range of running backs, to be honest.
I really don't. I don't like drafting running backs this area.
I do because you got all the implied upside plays here.
Again,
instead of drafting Javonte, like
in home leagues, 12th round, all about the implied upside plays. In best ball, I'm passing on like some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Dude, yeah, you want to draft Herbert, that's fine.
Yeah, especially knowing quarterback and tight end generally is the like round 12 to 14. I pretty much want to be drafting a quarterback and a tight end in like 75% of my drafts in this range because I just think they're the best projections on the board.
I think that's reasonable. Oh shit, yeah, appreciate you, Ron.
I need to eat something after this. I don't know what I want to eat.
Dude, I need to muck something. Absolutely. Yeah. Sorry, Nick's comment in the group chat. I just came back to his fucking comedy. Travis Etienne is this year's Rashid Wright. Oh, so this is from Graham. Also, I said Rashid Rice. Travis Etienne is this year's Rashad Wright. The writing is on the wall. Etienne last season, 46 of 47 running backs and missed tackles forced per carry. And Tank Bigsby outgained him by nearly a yard after contact per attempt.
I mean, it's not really applicable because Rashad White was way higher in drafts.
No, I agree. I'm just saying that's. I was just reading a tweet.
Yeah, I don't disagree with like the sentiment that he was as inefficient as Rashad White was, but like it's not the same because Rashad White finished as an RB1 that year that he was super inefficient and he was being drafted way higher last year than Etienne is going now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we're getting kind of into gross range right now. What's on the board for us at tight end, Spicy? Ugh. I mean, we all know AJ is going to take Pitts, so we don't even need to talk about him making it back to us. I guess we have Kittle. I forget we have Kittle, but it feels like we're weak at tight end right now.
We're not.
That's why I hate the team is because we have Kittle. It's not that I don't like drafting Kittle. It's just that I don't like my teams by the end of it when I don't draft running backs and wide receivers exclusively for the first 7 or 8 rounds.
See, maybe we're just like not eye to eye. I actually really like this team. Yeah. I love teams like this. You grab your Kittle and you follow up with volume at running back and receiver.
We don't. I mean volume as in not volume. Yeah, the way that running back volume is just volume of players that we take. Yeah, that would have been nice.
Want a tank?
Ugh.
Also, is there ever a fucking draft where Josh Palmer goes ahead of his ADP?
No.
every draft I see, he's a round or lower, like where he's like round plus or lower where he goes. Like,
do we want to take? I hate everyone.
Rico Dowdle.
I hate everyone on the board.
I like Rico Dowdle if you want immediate touches. I think he's
I think the best available player is a tight end, probably.
I mean, we have 2 picks: Fryermuth plus Dowdle. Opens us up if we wanted a Roger stack if he fell at ADP.
Yeah, let's take Patty Fry.
Patty Fry and Mr. Dowds.
And then I don't want to take Dowdle. If you want to take him, I guess.
What other running back you want? Like, who else can get touches? I'm
Nobody.
taking Dowdle over Chubb.
No, these guys all are garbage, which is why I don't like that we waited this long at running back. But I guess we have no choice. We got to take
Dowdle. Had 1,300 yards from scrimmage and an ascending offense this year.
He's also just Hubbard's handcuff, though.
No,
and we have like 4 handcuffs right now.
Sure, in theory, but I think you're underplaying how many touches he can get.
I think he's going to be you better have 0% Chuba Hubbard, because the only thesis for Chuba Hubbard is that he gets.
No, I've said this multiple times on the channel. I think the thesis is even if he gets 80 to 85% of the work he saw last year, the offense getting inherently better is going to offset that because he's going to have more scoring opportunity. I'm in on both because I think the offense can be good. Yeah,
that's fine. To me, the only way Dowdle pays off is that Hubbard goes down. That's the only way, in my opinion.
I mean, who else are you taking? Braylon Allen?
I don't draft any running backs in this area. I only take quarterbacks and tight ends in this area.
But that's the thing. That's the archetype. Like Roshan Johnson went 14-4 and we got Dowdle at 15-1. I would argue that straight up if Swift went down versus with Chuba Hubbard went down, Dowdle is a better player and has more ability to be a 3-down back because we saw it last year.
Yeah.
Roshan Johnson, we've only ever seen be a power back.
I like having 4 or 5 running backs before I'm even talking about Rico Dowdle.
I mean, that's
I don't like leaving running back to this point because I think the late round running backs this year blow compared to what they usually are.
See, I disagree. A team like this, hey, guess what? I cap off 6 or 7 running backs and I grab a Dylan Sampson in the last round of my drafts and I'm feeling great.
Yeah, and we get 3 points for the first 8 weeks of the year because none of our guys are starting.
See, that's the thing.
When we could have had
see, that's the thing. You have to embrace the variance of the position. What have we said so many times?
True as the season goes along, but not at the beginning of the year.
Okay, sure. But at the same time, I've said this and you've said this before. What is the one thing that we do the worst as a fantasy community?
Projecting volume.
So,
I mean, at running back, it's getting better, though. Like in terms of what running backs are good are going high in underdog drafts. It's not like
in most cases, but there's still an edge. In most cases, but there's still an edge. Like, dude, like Garendo was an RB1 when he got RB1.
Chaos is the edge, not like we misproject the backfield. We're usually correct on how we project the backfields going into the year until chaos ensues.
So you don't think one of the 3 or 4 running back darts that we got, they hit that this team is not fucking unstoppable?
I think the only way that this team is good is that if Caleb wins the job by week 1.
I think he is.
I just think Swift fit the team better in hindsight.
Yeah. I don't know. I disagree. I'd rather Caleb.
Yeah, I think Garendo and Dowdle and those guys that we took darts on, they win us leagues, obviously, if they hit and their guys go down. But I think we needed the Swift or the Montgomery or like the volume play early in the year.
We can grab Miles Sanders.
Yeah, until Ginger Ale takes him.
Yeah, that's
hear me out. I've actually been taking a decent amount of Justice Hill.
Yeah,
he's a good spike week guy early on in the year.
I guess I'm a little bit more worded because I like Keaton.
Is it me or is Justice Hill always the week 1 waiver trap?
Every year it feels like.
Every year he has a good week 1 and then everyone goes, oh, I'll drop like $30 a waiver budget on him. And then he's exactly who he is for the rest of the year, which is that only good in horrible game scripts.
Yeah, if you just made a rule, you draft Justice Hill on your redraft team and then trade him after week 1, you'd probably make some profits.
Do we want to take him or do we want to take somebody else?
I would rather someone else personally.
Yeah, like go to the running back position.
I've been taking. Like I love Dylan Sampson.
We can take Sampson with our next pick.
Yeah, so let's go to receiver here now. Diami.
Sure.
Or Sampson. Okay, cool.
We can take Diami here if you want to take him. I don't.
Oh, you make the pick. I made Sampson. Go.
Give me Justice. We need something. We need something early in the year, and Justice is a good show for it. I think.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Are you cool with Kittle and Frymuth?
Yeah, and I'm cool with Kyler and Herbert.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Like when you have like an early anchor, a quarterback, and
we have
an early
one more pick to spend.
But that's what I mean. Like for me, if I do end up taking a onesie early and I get like a Kyler or something or a Bo Nix or a Mahomes or that tier like inside the top 100 of my quarterback, I'm cool with ending those two, tight end and quarterback, at 2 builds and then just completely going through the variance card at running back and receiver. Like, that's how I've been playing it.
How many? So this is the philosophical difference. I think I just figured it out. I think the late rounds suck. That's where I'm at. 15 to 18, I think it sucks this year. So my thought process is how many good weeks would you consider, or sorry, how many spike weeks would you need to get out of a 16th to an 18th round pick to consider it a good selection?
16th to 18th rounder?
Yeah. Like at wide receiver or running back?
2.
So why not play that through, if Anthony Richardson started 8 games this year, you get 3 good weeks out of him.
Sure. I mean, I like the quarterbacks in this range too. Like I'm drafting 3 quarterback teams. I'm drafting 3 tight end teams, but I don't think we should just completely ignore the 2-2 builds because there's also a lot of upside where, hey, guess what? If Judkins were to go down and we got Dylan Sampson at 192. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not ignoring, like I have a lot of Dylan Sampson. I'm not ignoring those builds. I just think that usually we think of 16th to 18th round dart throws as running backs, wide receivers, and maybe tight ends to get the spike weeks upside. And I actually don't hate playing it through getting a spike week guy at quarterback, because if you get 4 weeks out of Anthony Richardson, that's just as good as getting 2 weeks or whatever at running back out of whatever 18th round pick that you took.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I've been drafting a lot of Daniel Jones specifically, but like also Anthony Richardson applies there. I mean, Aaron Rodgers,
even the Browns and Browns quarterbacks potentially, if you wanted to take one of those. The Giants quarterbacks, if you want to take one of them.
Issue I have with the Browns quarterbacks is apparently Deontay Johnson seems to think that Kenny Pickett's going to win the job, and he's probably.
Trust me, Browns quarterback's the one that I'm not taking, but the Giants quarterbacks I do think are decent options.
Russ is free right now.
Get 3 to 4 spike weeks out of either guy. Let's say in a vacuum, in a median range of outcomes, they each start half the season. I think you could get spike weeks out of either guy depending on when you would need them. Yeah. And I think given our team, we might need them early in the year, and Russ is not a terrible option, but we don't have any guys to stack them with, so there's no point.
Yeah. We have 6 receivers right now?
We have 6. Yeah, we need to take a receiver here.
All right.
I'm cool. Speaking of the Giants, I'm cool taking Slayton if he falls.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Okay, if he doesn't fall, you want Elick?
I would rather have Mitchell, personally.
Okay.
But I'm cool with whatever pick you want to go with. It's fine. We also could take, we have Reed. We could take Wicks potentially.
Yeah, that would make sense. So the reason why I specifically mentioned Elick is apparently a Titans beat reporter actually projected him to potentially be a starter by week 1.
Oh, I love me some Elick hype, man.
I was just saying that because I think it was posted a couple days ago. Elick A.O. Manor, if I search that. Theo Greminger posted June 24th. Titans rookie is being projected as the week 1 starter per Easton Freeze. Easton Freeze, AK followers, NFL reporter for the Titans.
Okay. I mean, anybody who watched Elick in college knows that he should have been a fucking day 2 pick. So
yeah, I'll let you make the pick though, whichever direction you want to go.
I think Mitchell is probably safer role wise than Elick is, but I'm cool with either one here.
Let's get it. Yeah, we'll
do we have any correlation? Do we have any Jags?
We do not.
And then Titans.
We do have JT though.
Titans and Saints, right? Is that who they play?
Yeah, we have JT though.
Yeah, let's go Mitchell. Okay. We have some Colts correlation there.
And Tootin actually. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, there we go.
Tootin as well.
Let's go with Mitchell.
So that is the single entry contest, by the way.
Agreed. How do you get the week 16, 17 matchups to show under their ADP? That is an overlay that people charge for usually. The Draft Caddy and Legendary Upside and ETR and stuff have like overlays that you can have. We are just going to choose to memorize them. If you guys want to get those overlays, I just mentioned some of them. That's up to you. I would say only pay for that if you're like really, really a high volume drafter and you're going to draft hundreds, if not thousands of teams. He is by week 10. TD Vultures points out. Yeah, week 10, we're just going to need hope that some of the wide receivers we took just pop off. Do we want to do a Pitbull or try and do a Pitbull here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to try and do the $20 entry, 10 entry max Pitbull. If you guys want to join that, obviously go to the lobby and do it. Let's give it 2 or 3 minutes. If it doesn't fill, we'll just wrap it up with a BBM. But yeah, let's see how. Okay, it filled immediately. That's perfect. So that's good. We don't have to wait for it. unfortunately for you guys, you won't get in the draft, but it did fill immediately, which I'm glad. And we got another 101. Jesus.
Wait.
Dylan's asking, are y'all going to do a dynasty decisions? Because I'm trying to make a new account so y'all can give me a team review voucher. So we have some DDs loaded up, depending on how many more we get before I leave. So as of right now, it looks like I'm probably going to be leaving Sunday or Monday.
Hey, we got another 1-1?
Yeah, we did. Sunday or Monday, I'm going to be leaving for Cuba, most likely. I'm only going for a couple of days. But ideally, I would say, Danny, we would do a DD stream before that or after that, depending on how many we got. Or you could do one solo. It's just that I feel like when people submit them, they probably like that both of us are on the stream and we can go back and forth on their team.
Also, respectfully, we would rather 101 in these fucking single entry contests than anything.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's a 10 entry, but yeah.
Also, player Q, is that not Neil? Neil Orfield.
Yeah, it is.
Shout out Neil.
So yeah, we're going to take Chase here. What do you think, Danny? Do you think we should try and squeeze in a stream to get DDs in before I leave, or just save them for after I get, or you do them while I'm gone?
I'm cool with whatever. Again, keep in mind too, so Thursday through Sunday, I will potentially be in Kitchener for the event. But you're going to be back on what, Thursday or Friday you mentioned anyway. So
yeah, I mean,
we'll see how many are stockpiled. I don't mind doing them solo.
Now.
I literally don't mind doing them solo.
The only thing about doing them solo is that maybe people like that we're both on for it, because they might be submitting with that intention that we'll both go back and forth on the team. We already have 5 queued up, dude. We might need to do this before I leave.
Yeah, we might. Are we not doing it at the end of this?
I mean, I wasn't planning on it. No.
Oh, if that's the case, okay. No, then
because it's a best ball stream. I thought we would do like a dedicated DD or a startup mock or something like that first.
So we could do it.
People watching this are not Dynasty players. That's why I usually don't want to do them on this stream.
Saturday morning.
Yeah. Saturday morning we could do it for sure, or we could just do it when I get back, depending on how many we still have by then.
Yeah, because we have this for today, tomorrow, or Friday, whatever. I mean, what Friday or Thursday usually does better. I'm gonna just put the video
out. Thursday we just recorded a video. We could put that out for tomorrow, and then I can knock back the Dynasty trade targets by position till like Monday if I need to, and just pre-record it before I leave or whatever.
Space them out, I'm sure. Oh, also, by the way, I see the man, the myth, the legend here.
I'll adjust the thing and add another camera spot.
Yep, we're at another camera spot. We got the big man Bindles in the background here. Let's get it, brother. Here, Corey's getting you on screen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add another camera spot to this.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're just getting 101s today. We love that. Here.
Okay, we're gonna need to remove Spicy, add Bindles, and there we go.
What's up, gents?
How you doing?
Good, man. Yeah, sorry, I was, in and out of stuff. So appreciate you guys sending over the link.
Of course, bro. Of course. I mean, a pleasure having you on, brother.
We got some confidential information here on my girlfriend's work screen, so I don't zoom in too much. But yeah, how's your guys' day going?
Chilling, just waking up. Had to get a few drafts in, of course. Shout out Spicy for being available for us to be able to do this. And yeah, I mean, two drafts, fucking 101, one draft. What we had 103 in between that, right?
Yeah, you guys are running hot. Yeah,
we are running very hot with these picks right now.
Yes, sir.
Bush, nice to formally meet you, brother.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. I don't think we've had an opportunity to hop on and do anything together here. So I'm updating the layout because you were a little bit wider than we were, and it was bothering me.
I'm usually the widest one.
Yeah. You want to grab tea here? Just do the classic.
Bendos, we'll let you make one of these picks.
I like tea. Yeah.
Yeah, tea's got to be an easy one. We want to get crazy here and do the 17 stack, or do we want to just take Jacobs?
I'm cool with whatever.
Or we want to onslaught the Bengals here.
Cool with McBride too.
Let's go Jacobs.
Yeah, let's go Jacobs. I'm a big Jacobs. Jacobs by far my highest ranked player in terms of just like excluding correlation, who I would take on the board, who's the best projection to me, it is Jacobs. But
yeah, and I have had this thought, and I brought this up to Corey. I'm curious your thoughts on this too, Bindles, but I'm like very high in projecting that the Packers passing game will return to the levels that we expected going into the last season. So I am curious because obviously Jacobs by the second half of last year, it was the workload, it was the touchdown equity. If we do see them potentially throwing more inside the red zone because Love's healthy, I am curious how that impacts Jacobs. Now, with that being said, I think I was comfortable with that thesis going into last year, and I was comfortable taking him in the 2-3 turn. The fact that he's not more expensive after the season he had last year makes me fine taking him here anyways.
Yeah, it seems like a few years ago he would have been like Jacobs would have been like a 1-2 turn pick or something, but now right, like the scale has shifted. Best ball bros don't love running backs unless it's a young, sexy running back. So I feel like it's a good price for Jacobs. It's not like he's fully baked in the season he had last year. And then I completely agree. I've been making the case. I'm a big Jaden Reed guy. Candyman's the Matthew Golden guy. So we'll defer to him on that one. I think in best ball, I'm fine taking him where he goes. Not as in
like managed
dynasty, yeah. But I think all the pieces of the passing game, they were I think 6th in neutral pass rate before Jordan Love got hurt, and then it just literally bottom basement dwelling 32nd in the league for the whole season. So
they refused to throw when it was Malik Willis out there.
They literally,
well, yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, this is the same quarterback. Last 8 games or so down the stretch, 2023 had 16 to 1 touchdown interception ratio across the year, 30 plus touchdowns. Like, to me, it's very clear that when he's right, you're getting a top 10-ish level quarterback with Jordan Love. Yeah, sure. Some people might rank him 7. Some people might rank him 11. Ultimately, though, I think the consensus has him in or around the 8 to 10 type of area from just a strict talent perspective. And I mean, obviously, he's not going to be a quarterback that's giving you 700, 800 rushing yards in the season. So if we think he's that caliber of quarterback, if we think the pass rate's going to go up, it just feels like the cheapest room of upside in the league right now.
Yeah, and we trust the coaching staff too, right? Pretty solid O-line, good coaching staff. It's just variance happens, right? Injuries happen, weird stuff happens. So when you can take advantage of it, and these guys are all kind of depressed, I think it's a good opportunity to do that.
Yes, sir. We're about to be back on the clock here. And I mean, based on our conversations on our stream, my favorite target in the spot. Now, me and Corey have said, hey, we have 40% Hunter on this account. Maybe we dial it back. But I mean, if his ADP is going to keep getting cheaper, it's hard not to.
Yeah.
DK would be my first vote of one of these picks.
Yeah, we can do that.
Capitulate that.
Yeah, I like me some DK. And then I'm cool with a DK Hunter double tap for sure, if we want to just roll with that.
Let's rip it.
Let's do it.
This is going to be a commonly drafted combo for you and I, Danny, because I'm very pro Metcalf and you're very pro Hunter. So,
yeah. By the way, so Bindles was telling Corey, but so I on my personal underdog account have completed. It was 35 drafts I've completed so far that I've been obviously I still have slows that are finishing, but of the 35 that are completed, it was almost 40% Travis Hunter on my account.
I mean, if you are inclined to be a Travis Hunter bro, then it's you feel like he's too cheap, which I feel like that's Jacob Sanderson. I know was crazy high. Now he's letting him fall, which I mean we let him fall to 49, which I feel like is reasonable with all these other guys. So yeah, it just makes sense. I don't think he has to run the full allotment of snaps. If he's 60% of snaps, but it's just okay, he's not in on run plays. They're kind of hyper targeting when he is on the field. We see the talent. We know the talent.
Yeah.
He's great. So.
Also, how about we live a little here? 8.3% bros, the blanket bros, get a life, man.
Davis Maddock.
Yeah, I mean,
8.3.
no offense to anybody who thinks they should just be at market and win through structure and win through building properly and all this kind of stuff. Isn't it way more fun to have 40% of somebody and watch them snap last year? Do you think I was mad last year watching my 28% Saquon Barkley? No, I was not mad.
Yeah, it's and maybe, hey,
you'll strike out too. You'll have, I think, what was it 3 years ago? I had 45% Rashad Bateman or something his second year, and I got screwed on that.
Dude. Are we just in Mother Russia? Why do we have to do 8.3% on every player? Realistically, hey, if you're expecting to have a higher than expected advance rate, then draft a player higher than expected. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't. That's one where I just don't. I can see where someone's coming from with kind of I think you want to be mindful of exposures to a certain extent on certain when it's different, maybe tiers of guys that you're just I don't really view them that much differently. But it doesn't compute in my brain when people are just I'm gonna set a cap on whatever exposure for a player, what's 20% or whatever it is. that's not really how this game works, especially best ball. Like maybe for maybe for like Dynasty, you can say that just like you don't want to just like have half your teams wiped out if you have 50% CD Lamb or something or whatever. Like
you want to get them through. Like you might have like I have, for example, I have like 38 or 35% Tyreek Hill. I could still advance three. Let's say I advance 3 teams out of week 16 or whatever, or week 15 in Best Ball Mania. None of them might have Tyreek Hill. Like, even though I had 35% Tyreek Hill in my portfolio, it's like ultimately you're trying to get a Tyreek Hill team to week 17 if that's why you're drafting him. And that is 100% why I am, because I think he's undervalued in general. And he plays my secondary Tampa Bay in week 17. And I know he's going to crush us. So I need to be overweight Tyreek Hill to get him to week 17. Should I get a team that far?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just make your bets where you want to make your bets, right? It's just like you're going to be so lucky to make a finals team anyways. Like you'd rather have the guys like that you want.
I want
take your
if
stances.
I get one through. I need Tyreek on that team. Like I'm going to hate myself if I don't.
Yeah, and you're going to differentiate so much too.
I'm cool with Judd. Always Judd here.
Yeah, good.
I mean, I talked about it with YouTube Bindles. I've talked about it on our channel, but I mean, just the hit rates of top 40 selected running backs, the prospect caliber that Judkins was, it's like you're basically drafting him at his floor here.
We got another pick here too. So
like the floor of that caliber of prospect has been basically RB25.
Do we want to take another running back here, or do we want to do something different? Because we went Caleb last time, and I would be very pro Swift here.
We got the Jaden Reed guy on. I was thinking Jaden Reed.
I was going to say, I'm a big Jaden Reed guy.
Okay, yeah, let's go Jaden Reed. Let's go Jaden Reed. Yeah. I think we've taken Jaden Reed in every single draft, and I believe we've taken Josh Jacobs and Jaden Reed in 2 of the 3 as well.
Good offense to hedge on.
Yeah, dude, I just feel like people are doing the like the IQ bell curve meme on Jaden Reed. It's like, okay, maybe it just like it doesn't matter that he's not running all the routes. It's the same thing. It's like it doesn't matter. Like he scores 1 out of every 10 touches he gets. Like that is valuable in of itself.
What is this format called?
Best ball. Yeah.
Exactly. Also, question Bindles. If you're familiar, do you remember a 2023 Best Ball Mania winner that won on the Packer stack?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Jaden Reed was like the biggest part of said stack.
Yeah, he was the biggest part. Yeah, and love, yeah. And it was funny because if I remember correctly, he got sniped. So it was a certain team he was building. Got sniped on the quarterback of that team and ended up backdooring the Green Bay stack that won him the freaking first place.
Yeah.
Insane.
Be
you never
fluid.
know.
Be water. You know,
I'm curious here. So Jaden Reed averaged 11.6 PPR points per game. Obviously, it's half PPR, so it's a little bit different. But
probably more than Zay Flowers.
I'm curious. Okay, Khalil Shakir averaged 12.2. Khalil Shakir's best ball points added was number 40 at wide receiver, whereas Jaden Reed's was number 32 at wide receiver. So even though he scored less points overall, he was more valuable in best ball because when Jaden Reed went off, he really went off. And it wasn't Khalil Shakir's gives you 11 points on the dot every single week or whatever.
It's why I'll never select Wan'Dale Robinson over Alec Pierce in round 15.
I think that's even in Dynasty, I think people miss that a lot, where it's just like we care more about the spikes. Like you can fill in a 5-point week from someone somewhere else. You care about the ceiling games. So I think like that's Jaden Reed is like the quintessential that kind of guy, right? It's like, okay, if he gives you a 5 burger, you're either going to lose anyways by a lot, or he wins you the week with a 30 bomb or a 25 bomb. So
yeah, well, that's why like Jameson Williams types are a little overpriced, because your 4th round pick is supposed to be the guy that can stomach you having the 5-point week from your 8th round Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
It's like your 4th round Cortland Sutton is supposed to be more consistent than your 8th round pick.
Yeah. Also, we might have to call corporate, identify the difference between the 2 images, Jameson Williams and Jaden Reed. Bindles?
We do need to call corporate on that meme.
I'm telling you, if you want engagement on Twitter, just tweet about Jameson Williams and Jaden Reed. That's like it's printing money.
It is printing. I think just any kind of take that's like somewhat annoying is engagement on Twitter. I tweeted did I think this was going to get engagement? No, I just randomly tweeted Spencer Rattler is way better than Tyler Shuck yesterday, and a bunch of people.
Oh my God, you get the Shuck dive.
People, dude, no, not a chance. Why would they spend a 2nd round pick on him? I'm like, the Jets took Christian Hackenberg in the 2nd round. So,
dude,
yeah, I'm not all that convinced on Shuck.
I'm just not going to draft any quarterback. Like, I'm not going to do the thing where, I have Olave and Kamara, I should draft Shuck later. I will just be wrong about the quarterback situation.
I have an idea. I'm not going to say it out loud because we could get sniped, but I have a big time idea, and I feel like you guys are putting two and two together on it.
Yeah,
don't say it out loud.
Think we should be okay because I think when we joined this draft, it was instant. Like we joined, nobody got in.
TJ Hawkinson, we got the Green Bay correlation, week 17.
Yeah, that was also where I was thinking of going.
Yeah.
Do we want to take? We have another pick.
ETN's this steamed up now. Holy.
Minnesota is Detroit.
That was last year. Detroit, I'm an idiot. Minnesota. I'm an idiot. Disregard what I just said.
TJ at that value was fine. Okay, we got to make another pick. Do we want to take Travis? I don't know.
Tracy or Scatabo? You guys like either of those
Tracy.
guys? I don't know.
I'm a big Tracy guy usually. Yeah.
Also, I feel like Minnesota and Green Bay played 3 years in a row, week 17.
They did. I'm pretty sure it was at least 2 years in a row, if not 3.
Yeah, it's happened a lot. Yeah. Green Bay. The reason I know it wasn't
Baltimore.
correct is because it's Big Dog in the Frozen Tundra or whatever the name that Kerrane
the mnemonic
out, like all the mnemonics that they put out. Yeah. There's only a couple that I actually remember. Like Hawk Chuba is one, like the Seahawks and Panthers.
Let me see. So and then
Bow and Arrow is another one that I remember from that. Drake's on a Plane is the Jets and the Patriots. There's a couple that I remember. Big Dog in the Frozen Tundra is one of the good ones, though.
Yeah.
I feel like I mostly know them just off of feel now, but it's takes a little bit of time. And there's still a couple where you default back to the, you know what? I think it was on stream with someone the other day, and it was the Houston Baltimore. They still had that in the back of their brain because it's right. You have it for so long, and it just gets ingrained.
It gets dude. I knew Houston Baltimore like the back of my hand because of how much Nico Collins I was drafting. It was insane. Like I felt like the go-to for everybody was Nico Collins round 1, and then on the 3-4 you're grabbing Andrews and Lamar.
I still have Bengals Chiefs stuck in my head. And was that even last year? That was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah,
the year that Chase snapped for 50 points.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2021.
Oh, was that 2021 that he did that? But he did it again. Like they had another week 17 matchup, I think, after that.
Yeah, because I remember 2022 was the DeMar Hamlin. Because it was Bills Bengals.
No, that was was it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was 2022. Yeah.
2023. That might have been Bengals Chiefs. Yeah. 2023
Yeah, I think it was 2023 that they played each other.
Because
2021, you're right, was the year that Chase had the monster game against the Chiefs in week 17. It might have been week 16 even, but
yeah, which is crazy because we thought about, oh my God, that's such a huge game now, and he literally did that 3 times this year. Having to play him on that Thursday night game was the most miserable experience because he didn't even go off.
Chase stack that week in my home league.
He didn't even start going off till the second half. Like in the first half, I was joking with Mason. I'm like, oh, what if Chase Brown outscores Jamar Chase? What are you saying? And then Karma just fucking.
Yeah, he just smacked you up for 3 straight quarters after that. Okay, what else do we? Okay, we got to figure something out here.
Those were you leaning
quarterback?
Here?
I mean, we can do Love.
We lost Lawrence. Love already. I think he's gone, isn't he?
We lost Love.
Oh no, he's down there. He's down there. I thought he was gone.
Love or Lawrence. We could do JJ with Hawk. We could double tap if you want, or we can take one and then push the second one.
I think I like taking an RB maybe and Love.
And then see if one falls back.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Ramondre?
Yeah, I'm fine with
I'd be cool with Najee or Ramondre. I'd be cool with either one.
Do you have any correlation here for anything?
We don't have any Jets. We don't have any. What are the Chargers?
Chargers. Oh my God, who they play?
Broncos?
Texans?
No.
Texans.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't really have a lean here super strongly.
I guess if we take Najee, maybe we end up getting Justin Herbert, and the thesis there is if Omar and
Hampton got hurt, they throw the ball more. I think he's an ADP value too, so we get a bit more texture on him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense. Just giving us more options for whichever quarterback we can get falling back, so that way we're not.
I never take McCarthy, so I wouldn't mind getting him to fall back. Herbert literally went and literally both of them go with the next 2 picks.
Hey, just whatever I just said, just say, hey, fuck it,
guys. We didn't account for Neil being there. He's going to take JJ McCarthy every single time. So.
And Lawrence goes with the next pick after that.
Yo, this is insane.
Oh, my goodness.
Dude, I used to say, hey, you're never going to get your quarterback 2 if you wait till after week 14. Now it's apparently week, like if you don't get it before round 12, they're gone. Like what?
This is yeah. I that's why I'm leaning, and Candyman has said the same thing. Like, just take them. It's like, it doesn't feel good in the moment, but then after the fact, you look back and you're like, you try to push it and it just isn't working this year. Like they just all go within like whatever 12 picks, 14 picks.
It helps when everyone on the board at every position sucks ass at every other position but quarterback.
Yeah, like
Christian Kirk. That's the receiver I got to take.
That's what I was just gonna say. It's like, what would I want? The top 10 selected tight end or Christian fucking Kirk? Like, give me a break. Oh, with that being said, no, Tyler Warren already went. Oh, fuck.
No, we're gonna get railed by like the best available player is gonna be like Kyle Pitts on our pick.
There's one guy we better not say out loud.
I don't think anybody's in here with us.
Is there nobody in here? I mean, Neil might be watching,
but it instantly started.
Yeah, fair. Okay, I'm just gonna say this out loud then. Like, oh, never mind. I'm not going to because he goes the fucking next pick. I say that. Fuck.
Cursed. You didn't even say it. David Njoku.
I didn't even get to say it. He read my he's reading me like a book. He's in the room.
Speaking of Dalton Kincaid, Bindles, I'd like your take on this, both from a redraft and a dynasty perspective. I'm on the clock right now in a Devy startup that's a 2x tight end premium, and Dalton Kincaid is my highest rated tight end on the board right now. And I'm debating, do I take this guy? Because especially in tight end premium formats, Kincaid is kind of like a PPR scam. Like that's how he gets there. So I'm like, dude, a 2x tight end premium, the guy could like literally have 9 regular PPR points per game, but be a 14.5 fantasy points per game tight end in a 2x tight end premium. At the 902, when the guy pre-Colts game last year was getting the routes and was getting the targets and had like his best PFF receiving grades, yards per out run games from that weeks 1 to 11 span. Should I just take a shower after I make the pick and just be like, maybe I just need to take Kincaid here?
Who else? I
have Hawkinson as my other tight end for what it's worth.
And then like, just give me a range of like players that are still on the board.
We got running backs, Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, Isaiah Pacheco, Swift, David Montgomery, those type of guys. Wide receivers, Sutton, Godwin, your boy Jaden Reed, Khalil Shakir, Debo Samuel types at wide receiver.
We got Saint Benson.
Okay, we're on the clock and then we can talk about that.
I'm cool with Penix or Tua at this turn because if we wait, we won't get a quarterback. Do we like?
No one stacked with any of those guys. We could take Penix and Pitts.
Hear me out.
Is Pitts gone? No, he's there.
I'm low key down.
That's fine. Let's do it. I think then we can just not worry about it. Take Ray McLeod round 18.
Hear me out. He actually had like I was looking at him the other day because I took him in a round 18 shot. Not a bad little profile in round 18 if Penix is just airing it out.
I mean, hey, there. If we take Raymond McLeod, we can get the number 3 option, and then Pitts is the number 4 or number 5 option after Bijan. So there you go.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, Kincaid and Pitts are also cut from the same cloth as both, just probably ass tight ends, and we have 2 week 5 buys.
Also, Spicy, that's fine. You know who our quarterback 3 is going to be.
It's get ready to learn Daniel Jones, as it always is.
Fuck yeah.
Alec Pierce, Daniel Jones stack.
Don't you dare.
So free.
Put Tyler Shuck in the queue.
Put Shuck in the queue.
Anyways, Kincaid decision. Any thoughts?
Oh yeah.
What kind of build are you going with right now? Is it more contending or more?
It's a contending build. I have Kyler, Baker, Tua as my 3 quarterbacks. Chase Brown is my only running back, but this is a room where we all hate running backs. All my homies hate running backs.
Like 20 running backs have gone off the board.
It is a 4 flex league, 2 wide receiver, but I have Neighbors, Puka, Flowers, Metcalf, and McLaurin already. So I have 5 receivers with my first 9 picks or whatever. And I've Hawk as my only tight end so far, but it is a 2x tight end premium.
And then, receivers, you said Godwin. Who are the other guys?
Godwin, Sutton, Reed, Shakir, Debo, and then the Myers of the world and those types of guys.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, even in 2 tight end premium, I feel like I'd rather just wait and take like a Dallas Goedert or like someone later. And
I don't pick again until the 10:04. And it's 9:02 right now. So, I mean, it's possible that there's a tight end run. Like there's a couple guys on the board. I mean, like Jonnu Smith is still on the board. Maybe I should specify that he's still on the board, but it is a dynasty, so he's a little older.
Personally, like I think I don't want to overvalue the tight ends, even if it is in that format. Like
I feel like I start a run here. That's the only thing that, and technically by my rankings, maybe my rankings are being battle tested right now and they're actually incorrect. But technically Kincaid is a tier break for me at tight end. Technically.
I'm pretty low on Kincaid. I don't like hate him. You know what I mean? It's not like bad or good. Let me pull up my rankings and see what
I say take the tight end, Corey.
I do have Baker Mayfield also, and Chris Godwin is my highest rated receiver. That's the other.
I think personally, it would be Reed, Godwin, Mixon, or Kamara for me. Like just choose your own adventure. I mean, I'm a Reed bro, so but like yeah.
Okay, we're on the clock here first before we. Do we want to take?
I would have loved Algier to fall back given our correlation.
Should we just take McMillan or something? Get some receiver upside.
Yeah.
What about Pierce? Did Pierce go?
Yeah, he went already. I think.
Damn it.
Or no, he's a couple picks later.
Oh, okay. We'll take Alec then. I'm cool.
Yeah, you want to go Alec Pierce?
Yeah, I think. I like that.
I mean, is Daniel Jones going to be gone by our next pick?
I hope not.
Yeah,
hopefully not.
A little bit, but
yeah, I think the running back makes sense. That's the other, because I only have Chase Brown and I am a competitive team, so I can handle taking on a Kamara.
And you have a lot of receivers too, so like you can fill those flexes with the receivers. I don't know. I mean, I think Mixon and Kamara are just like the grossest clicks, but like
in Dynasty, I just feel so gross knowing that they might be zeros a year from now.
I don't know. I just personally like RB1. I have a lot of Achan. And like the top like 4 or 5 guys, Brees included, and then I'm kind of just like apt to just like say 1 year rental, whatever. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would go either pick your Kamara or Mixon, or I still like Reed the upside. That's my take, but you know me, I'm biased. So.
I'm a big Reed guy too, though. So like you're not totally.
I mean, speaking of Reed and Kamara, I mean, obviously we're all in this league together. We literally made that deal 2 weeks ago at this point, 9 days ago. Wow, my concept of time is Debbie Degeneracy.
Oh right, yeah, you gave me Jaden Reed in that, and
was it Kamara? And Kamara, yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot who was in that trade, to be honest.
So I gave you Reed, Kamara, Kittle, Amon-Ra, Zay Flowers, literally just basically free additions.
He offloaded me a bunch of competitive assets, and I gave him Hunter and Hampton.
Yeah. And
I won last year and happened to draft. It was a Devy league, and I drafted Hampton in the 2nd round of the Devy startup and Hunter in the 6th round of the Devy startup. So I got the rookie 102 and 103 on a team where I won the league last year. So.
You beat me in fair. Well, that was the one you beat me in Ferris by.
Oh, right. You're in the league. What am I talking
That's
about?
why I said that, bro.
I know. I totally forgot you're in the league.
That's why I said we're all 3 in the league, and you just completely ignored that part.
I forgot that I literally beat you in the championship.
Because we picked up Kyle Juszczyk to try to get us. Like I think we lost by it was like 3 or 4 points close, or something.
Man. I was getting worried. I'm like, why is Kyle Juszczyk getting targets right now?
And fucking Bindles and Ferris ended my dreams of contending and going into a rebuild by knocking me out in the semi.
Yeah.
That was after James was making that late season push to trying to get that playoff spot.
Yeah, I'm glad I had his rookie first.
Yeah, jeez.
He stopped me from getting Tyler Warren pretty much. If he doesn't do that, I get Tyler Warren or Cam Ward with his first.
You know who I'm going to advocate for.
I mean, we know the patron saint of this channel is being one of these picks.
Yeah, well, I mean, Daniel Jones is going to be one of them.
I'm cool with Miles if you want to go with one of those.
I was going to say Jarqueezy.
I guess. Sure.
Bindles, you pick the running back.
Whatever
you like here.
Let's have some fun. Let's go Hunter.
There we go.
Yeah, it's kind of good.
I also think Sampson would have been in the discussion, but obviously we have Judge.
We have another pick. He might fall to us.
I mean, if he falls like to the 18th, you take him there. But
I think it's fine to handcuff in that situation.
Such low opportunity cost.
Yeah. So going back to my pick, the conundrum of quarterback, Kincaid, the wide receivers, or the running backs. I feel about the running back board the same way you feel about the tight end board, which is that I miss out on Mixon or Kamara. I can take Aaron Jones, Tony Pollard, Brian Robinson, somebody later, and I feel just as good about those guys. Maybe not necessarily from a 1 year projection standpoint, but combined with the fact that Brian Robinson's not going to be out of the league a year from now, like Alvin Kamara could be.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with those guys. But
no, that's
why
fair.
do I want to take Dalton Kincaid? Am I stunned? Like, why do I want to take him?
I think the 2-point tight end premium messes with your brain. It messes with my brain too. I only have like one league where
I'm so anti tight end. I'm so anti tight end too that I just don't want to do it.
So the thing is, everybody's just going to keep punting the Kraft and Joku and playing chicken with them. And I keep in mind, I'm the team with Bowers, and I'm like, if you're going to give me 8-5 and Joku, I'll take 8-5 and Joku. And then Tucker Kraft got traded up for the next pick. And now everybody's like, oh shit, all the tight ends are going. It's like, I mean, 8-5 and Joku was the best value on the board. I kind of had to go there. 19.3 points per game. Sign me up.
Yeah. I mean, my thought process again is that like everybody's playing chicken with tight end. And if I take Kincaid, they're going to fly off the board. Because now the running backs and wide receivers are starting to dry up. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I pick 10-4, and I'm going to get a decent tight end or running back there. I think the receiver tier of Sutton, Godwin, Reed is probably better tier break wise. Like technically by my rankings, the tier break, because my rankings are not set to 2x tight end premium because I'm not a psychotic person. My best ranked player is Chris Godwin, and I do have Baker Mayfield.
So I'll say this out loud. If you scan the board, there are people coming up right after you that desperately need tight end. So I can guarantee you that a run will start.
Yeah, and Kincaid probably.
Look at the next 3 picks after you and look at the lack of the tight end on the roster.
Yeah, that's a good point. Ralph, it doesn't have a tight end. He has 2 picks in the next 2. Jared has no tight end. He's the next pick. Dono has Kraft, so he just took a tight end. Wes C doesn't have a tight end. Danny, you might be talking me into taking Kincaid right now.
I mean, it benefits me too, so I would rather you start the run.
I think there's a Danny is trying to.
I've already done that multiple times.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Okay, we got to take one more player here. Do we want it to be? What is our build?
Probably a running back here.
Probably running back. Yeah.
Hear me out. Upside play, Sean Tucker.
I would rather take Devin Neal, but I'm cool with Sean Tucker as well.
Taj Brooks.
I'm cool with that.
Let's do Taj. Give Bindles the tie break.
Most Jones build channel on the net.
We are. I'm Daniel Jones. I'm getting a jersey this year, dude.
The thing is, like, they could both get starts this year and pay off where they go, because considering they're the last 2 picks. Like, even if somebody said, hey, I'm going to get a 3 quarterback build, but 2 of my quarterbacks are going to be the 2 Colts quarterbacks, like a 17th plus 18th round best ball opportunity cost for a guy that's probably going to give you, I mean, let's just say quarterback 13 or 14 point per game production. I would say the Colts quarterback's probably going to give you given Steichen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Danny must be drinking buddies with. I don't even like Dalton Kincaid, but also we went through the murky wide receiver rooms today. You guys will see that video tomorrow, and we realized we don't like any of the Bills receivers.
No,
they all suck.
And there it goes.
Also, there goes Danny's camera. I typed in the chat because last time I was on the clock, I'm like, guys, I'm going to pick Brandon Ayuk here if nobody picks him, because it was the 8-10. And Jared messages me and he's like, I'll give you my Debbie 307 in the startup to trade up 3 spots from 9-2. And I'm I'm going to just do this again and say that I'm going to take Dalton Kincaid if no one comes up and gets him, because there's literally the next 6 picks off the board all need tight ends.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think you should take Dalton Kincaid.
I don't disagree with you. I don't think I should take him either.
I'm just telling you, I would definitely take, Reed, Godwin, or run it. The running back thing is so weird because it's like, I think the best ball brain gets into my brain a little bit.
What do you think Reed scores in points per game this year?
I mean, probably like 12 or 13, probably nothing crazy.
How does Dalton Kincaid in my flex not beat that in a 2x tight end premium?
Yeah, literally though.
I mean,
he's guaranteed to beat that. Also, what is this?
This has got to stop.
I mean, or you could take Godwin if you're. I mean, I know you're a Bucks fan, so
I could just take Godwin. You're right, but I also, the other part of the Godwin thing is that I literally have him in like probably 8 of my 13 dynasty leagues.
Okay, well then don't go Godwin.
Like I have so much Godwin, it's insane.
Okay, well then, okay. So,
but I do have Baker, so.
Dude.
Oh man.
I know it's tough.
I don't know. I'm probably still taking Reed or Mixon or Kamara. That's just me. That's just me. Damn,
Yeah.
you hella white.
Holy crap! And I'm half Scottish or a quarter because English and Scottish on my dad's side. I mean, my last name's fucking McKinnon for Christ's sakes.
McKinnon.
McKinnon. The thing is I'm just so overtly Italian because that half is just so dominant. But like I'm low-key just like kind of a mutt.
Yeah, everyone's a mutt, really.
Everybody's a
You
mutt.
just described white people. Yeah, that's me. I'm like 6 different things.
My 23andMe says 99% Northwestern European. It's like German, Swiss, Irish, France, or like all just mixed together.
Okay, that checks out. I'm like mostly German, and then
Beatles.
Italian. My dad's side is Italian and Russian, so it's like mixed up. But yeah, mostly German.
Yeah.
So I mean, like you just grew up with discipline.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's my grandma is like crazy, bro. Like, yeah. Don't get me started. My grandma is like she had 5 boys on my dad's side. So yeah, crazy.
So question: Did they get this? Did they get the blood stains out of the sandals yet, or?
They got the bloodstains out of everything from them fighting over every piece of food that they could find. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, brother, you think I wouldn't even be having this conversation if Josh Downs was on the board.
No. Okay, so you missed the lore, SBK. Fucking Bush. Imagine the scenario. Josh Downs, Bush's like clear highest rated player. He's thinking, oh my God.
James Cook, my clear highest rated running back, both on the clock. I'm 2 picks away. And Ginger Ale puts in the chat a screenshot of my rankings. And he takes James Cook, and Danny trades up in front of me to take Josh Downs.
And then the worst part, A, it was his original pick that I traded up for to snipe him with. And B, he had a whole thread saying, like, I'm so much higher on Downs than consensus. And I quote tweeted it with a sniping picture, with a sniping emoji.
Yeah. And absolutely my thought process was that I was going to take Josh Downs. Like, and I played it off in the chat like I wasn't going to take James Cook or Josh Downs, but I 100% wanted either of them to fall to me.
Well, the thing is, because I had the 7, 12, and 801, and I'm like, okay, I could just stick and pick here, but it's just completely more funny if I just trade up and snipe Bush. So I got Terry McLaurin on a competitive team, so I can't be too angry about that. But then I set the coping emoji in the chat.
I mean, I don't have any Terry McLaurin in a single dynasty league, so I'm like, you know what? I'll get a share of Terry. I have 1 million Downs shares anyways, so.
He's cheap enough now where I think it's mostly baked in. You know what I mean? Like,
he's 29. It's a 3 to 4 year window type play. You're probably not getting 6 years out of Terry McLaurin, but you're also not getting 1 year out of Terry McLaurin either.
Well, it is the disconnect between the redraft versus the dynasty market.
Exactly.
That Terry McLaurin on best ball is literally going fucking
3rd round,
3 turn. And like, for example, he's what, a year and a half older than Metcalf?
Yeah.
And he goes a round and a half before him. Now, obviously, I would rather have Metcalf, and I actually think Terry McLaurin's just straight up overpriced in redraft. Yeah. But I mean, 7-9 in Dynasty, or wherever I'm 7-10 in Dynasty, you cannot complain there. Also, I will say, even though I'm lower on Jameson Williams as a whole, like 7-5 was actually a pretty good value rate.
I took he went right in between my picks. Like I took DK Metcalf with my pick at 7-4. And I had Tua as my pick at 7-6, and I was gonna take Jameson Williams. Like I don't have Jameson Williams shares, and I was like 7-6 feels good for Dynasty.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have taken him over Metcalf, but I figured because everyone knows we hate Jameson Williams, I might have gotten him at 7-6.
I think you can go either way. It's not really like super strong one way or the other.
But anyways, I was like, Tua is clearly a tier break on the board, so I might have still taken Tua anyways.
Tua is so cheap right now.
He's free.
It's weird though, because like I don't want to. A lot of times it's like I have a quarterback where I'm like I could tear down to Tua,
but you also don't want to be relying on.
Yeah,
Tua
exactly.
either.
You don't want to be doing. Yeah,
if he's your quarterback 2, you need a good quarterback 3, and if he's your quarterback 3, It's like maybe I'll tack on a Matthew Stafford to this team just in case or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. SBK and redraft the Devontae Adams goes a good round or so more expense with them. I agree with you. Like I would much rather have Devontae Adams specifically in redraft. In Dynasty, that's a little bit more fickle because obviously Devontae is 31 and those other two guys are in their mid-20s. What, JMO's 26? Or no, actually he's
JMO's 21.
He's 24, right?
Yeah.
Why did I think he was a 99? No, he's a 2001. You're right.
You just shout out ages and never know if they're correct. You called Devontae Smith 24 earlier today. You're like, dude, Brandon Ayuk versus Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith's like 3 years younger. I'm like, he absolutely is like half a year younger than him.
Yeah, I might just edit that out altogether in the video. No, anyway. I probably won't. Hey, it gets engagement.
Yeah, we'll probably sign off here right around the 2-hour mark. Dylan asks, he's having troubles with his verification code on the site. This is not our department. Ask the devs. They will take care of it for you. We have no idea how to fix that problem. The devs will handle that.
Leave that in site issues. The devs will sort you out. And like we said, we cannot send you the voucher until that account, like even if you're not an active sub paying for a membership, we can't actually physically send vouchers to any other code users. So if you just made that account, signed up for the free trial, and again, even if you don't extend past the free trial, like I said, we'll send you the voucher because you've been showing so much support for us, obviously.
Yeah, no, appreciate it. Mason, if Mason's taking care of it or the devs take care of it, it'll be fine. They'll take care of it for you. We can't. There's like literally nothing we can do. Like I'm not a dev on the site. I can't do anything.
Yeah, like unfortunately, again, we just got to go off of what Mason said, and I mean, like when he's streaming today, you may as well ask, like, hey, like whatever. Like I don't know. Like for
what it's worth, Mason can't fix it either.
Mason can't either. It's
it's all dev stuff. Like
the issue.
I just set my rankings and shut the hell up when it comes to this area of the site. Like, I'm just like, I'll just make the rankings and the trade articles and stuff. I don't know anything about this.
Well, that's the thing. Again, I don't blame you guys. Obviously, you don't know like what we actually like handle on the site. Like when we say like like this problem's happening, this and that. It's like the response I always say is just leave this in the site. It's just because I don't know.
Danny doesn't even know how to use the site.
Like straight up. I just put my rankings up there and I hope when I get a reminder like, oh, Danny's pick rankings are fucked up. I see. Well, how the fuck did they get fucked up?
Danny's rankings have been messed up for months.
They're good now though. They're good now.
But anyways, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Just a quick update. We're going to have tomorrow. We have like hardest wide receiver cores to figure out redraft dynasty perspective. We did that for the running backs about 2 days ago. So check that out.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, exactly. And then Saturday or Sunday, I can't remember what day. If I'm not gone, we'll probably stream DDs because we got to clear out the queue for that before I leave. If I am gone, then we'll have trade targets by position, a brand new dynasty trade value chart update before training camp. If you guys want to make some trades, a lot of times, usually people are starting to come back to the fantasy scene who are not sickos like the three of us and all of you guys watching. They're like, hey, training camp's about to open up. Maybe I should like hop on the old YouTube and see who's, talking about who this time of year. Definitely a good time to get some trades out there in Dynasty, and the trade value chart will be fully up to date by the end of this week. And then the Dynasty trade targets by position. I mean, no spoiler for the 9th straight Dynasty trade targets by position video. Josh Downs will 100% be in it because he always is every single video. I literally at this point, I've explained why he's a trade target at least 7 or 8 times to the point that I just breeze over his name. And last video, someone's like, you didn't even explain Josh Downs.
It'll happen. But the thing is if we did explain Josh Downs again, the comment would be like, oh my God, is all he ever talks about Josh Downs?
You can't win. You can't win either way, right?
Yeah, you cannot win. But for the new people, Josh Downs is a baller. Anyways, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. New people to Underdog, use promo code FSE as always. And if you have a Dynasty decision submission, submit that. We'll probably cover those before I leave if we get enough submissions. So if you want it covered, definitely submit that. And the link for that is down below in the description. But with that being said, peace out. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.